Should we just start? Should we just pretend that nothing bad's happened for the last 45 minutes?
Let's pretend it's 8:30.
We're obviously in a temporary home here on the Duet which we managed to find a workaround that we didn't last time. So hello to everyone who has hopefully hopped over from the other stream. For those of you who, Steve, do you want to put a message in the Patreon chat just for anyone there, and just sort of say that it is working? So for any of you who don't know, this is our string and tape version of Battle Streams of Middle Earth. This is a fortnightly series that myself and Steve do over on the Battle Streams of Middle Earth YouTube channel. Steve's internet has gone kaput tonight, so we can't do it over there. But so we'll host it here. So we're probably going to get a very different set of people in, a range of people, but it's cool. We'd be very happy to have you. The basic idea of this is that in every episode we go through an issue of this, the Dick Steeny Battle Games in Middle Earth part work from the early 2000s, and we kind of have a flick through it and we reflect on it's inspired by Lockie over at Zorp. We look at the models and the rules that came with it. We look at the profiles and the scenarios, and we look at the painting guides and all that sort of stuff, and the scenery guides, and kind of have a chat about it. But we also, far more importantly, we have a chat. We all hang out together on this. We started these back in January, but we upped the regularity of them when COVID kind of took over. So we've now settled to a fortnightly stream. The idea is that a big group of us, awesome people, kind of hang out together and chat and do some hobby together. And that's what we try and do like every fortnight, and it's really cool. We have a super cool community, and hopefully I suppose tonight we'll actually be welcoming some new people who are just kind of popping onto the Facebook page. But yeah, that's the basic idea behind it, and we'll probably be here until somewhere between midnight and 1 a.m. That's when we normally go to. So the other thing we do every week is that these magazines came with a set of models, and the idea is we are trying to help everyone out there clear their backlog of old models. So every week we try and paint along with the models that came with these, for the joy of the hobby, for the joy of painting them. And this week, and this is a particularly good one to kind of hopefully see a new audience off Facebook, but this came with plastic Moria goblins. And so the idea being that everyone hates their plastic Moria goblins. You know, you might have done them years and years ago, and now they're ignored. But I have dug out 12 plastic Moria goblins from my grey pile of wonder, and I've already got 45 of these painted, but these would never ever get painted. But tonight I'm going to start painting them because just because there's no tournaments out there to plan for, so we're trying to encourage people to clear all those models out of their backlog and paint for the love of the hobby, essentially. While we all have a nice chat. Steve, I've rambled. Over to you, mate.
My brain's a little bit fried at the moment.
It's been an emotional 45 minutes.
It has been emotional. So yeah, pretty much Damien's covered most things there. A couple of other things that we do normally do on the stream is we normally have a work in progress thread, which we don't have. Can someone confirm that they can or cannot post pictures in this chat? Because if not, I'll set up a separate thread. It just seems it's going to be quite messy that we're going to have two threads. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know.
No, I see what you mean. Actually, I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think you can. So I'm not sure what we want to do about that.
Yeah, Harry's saying you can't.
Yeah, it's going to be a weird one. Okay, so I'll have a little think about that, but don't let it stop you doing what you're doing. I think we need to see what you're doing because we do like to give stuff away. So I'll probably I'll set one of those up in a second. So just keep an eye out for that. The other thing is on this stream, we also talk about anything and everything, not only Battle Games in Middle Earth and the subject of the stream, so to speak. We talk about anything you want to talk about. So do get anything you want to talk about in the chat. Ask us anything. We can discuss anything. Let us know what your beverage of choice is. I am usual Moretti. Damien, what are you on tonight?
Well, what I'm drinking tonight.
I wish my drink was a little bit stiffer now, to be honest.
I haven't started anything. I've hung on through the hell of the last 45 minutes. But my drink is actually related to my snack, so I'll have to tell you
together
together
go on
because
let's go on, do it all.
we have a lovely patron community. We're lucky enough, and so I was at work, and I put it out to the patrons what snack I should get for tonight. So I showed them what was in the canteen. They got to pick, and the vote was for a Belvita.
Yes.
That's my.
I thought this was a joke. I didn't think you were going to rock up with a Belvita.
Well, I'm a man of the people, Steve. If they vote for a Belvita, I don't know why they hate me so much. But,
yeah, because they're not great, are they?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I ate one.
No, I tried one.
Given that this was my snack, I decided that the only possible beverage to go with it was a glass of water.
Anything moist.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to have anything enjoyable really to go with it. I wanted to keep the kind of prison food theme.
So is that your actual snack then tonight? That's not like
well,
you've done that to be the guy, or have you brought a second?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be here for a while, right? I've got like filtered water in the fridge with ice and stuff. I didn't go for that. This is tap. I got into the Belvita spirit of things.
Yeah, so, prison food. Yeah,
that's my first course. But then I did go back for some classics because I figured I'd get through that or throw it away, or and so I have the classic beer and Pepsi combo tonight.
Nice.
And I went proper fancy because I thought if I'm going to eat a Belvita, I need a treat. And so I've got a small bowl of Lindor mint balls. Yeah, they're proper nice. But I've got to earn them by eating the Belvita.
I like the strawberry and cream ones. Of those. You had those?
I don't believe I have.
Yeah, try them, mate. You'll never look back. So I've obviously got the Moretti, but then I went tonight and I went to the supermarket, rushed off, and I've only gone for toffee fees.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, boy.
That is good.
And you'll never guess what.
What?
It was buy one, get one free.
Of course it was. Both of them. 2 boxes, no mercy.
And then on the way out, resist.
Excellent.
So I'm not going to eat all of them tonight, but I couldn't. Well, I say I'm not. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I couldn't resist. So that's my snacks tonight and my beverage of choice.
It's probably worth saying as well. We did try and do a stopgap episode on Facebook Live once before, and yes. it didn't really work because the issues we were having, the internet carried on, which isn't happening here tonight, which is awesome. And on that, because it's obviously a different market, it's people on the Facebook page coming into it for the first time. I remember someone saying to Steve, "Stop eating." And it's like that. I mean, we're going to eat on these streams. It's but we're here for 4 hours. So if you really, really like in-depth, coherent Middle Earth content with good audio, this isn't for you. If you want a couple of guys, hopefully giving you some company and a bit of light entertainment on a Friday night, then we're your tubby middle-aged nerds.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat a Belvita potentially for the first time in my life.
Is that got a filling?
Yeah.
Is it chocolate?
No, it's strawberry or something.
I've not seen ones with filling. Is it a yogurt?
Strawberry yogurt duo crunch. Right.
Solid.
So I think I've got a biscuit type thing here with some strawberry flavored yogurt in the middle. I'll mute, but you'll still see my reaction.
I'm quite happy. I don't need you to mute if you don't want to mute, mate.
All right.
So I know you're going to find it hard to speak when your mouth is dry, as it is. What are you thinking?
That's not that bad at all.
All right.
It's not nice, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It tastes like like a biscuit you get in a school staff room or something.
Yeah.
It's got actual jam in it as well.
A nettle biscuit.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. It's better than I was expecting, but it is quite dry. Delicious tap water.
I'm gonna quickly go in the Great British Hobbit League now and set a thread up. But I'm having the issue that you had, and web pages are taking forever to load.
Okay.
So I'll do this now. Streams. Now we don't have the function, people, to get the thread up on screen. Obviously we are doing this on Facebook, but we will
just investigating whether or not we can even see the comments. I can only see 4 comments.
Yeah, if you click the video, it goes big and you get it all down one side.
Oh, lovely.
Battle Stream of Whip thread.
That is great.
I can hear myself back. Is that from your end?
Oh. Yeah, I've got it now. Got the comments. Lovely.
Yeah. Do you want to do a quick run through and see who's in?
Yeah.
And I'll get this thread up.
The only confusing thing is they both the start and the end seem to be the start, which is very strange. Is there a top comments thing again on there?
No.
That's obviously
There's 38 people in though.
Yeah.
So thank you for sticking with us, guys. That's amazing. I would have given up after 2 minutes of us struggling, but yeah, thank you.
So I'll start reading from where I can, but I'm sure there were more comments before this. So we have Andrew Pennington's in, who's saying he doesn't think he's seen Steve paint along in one of these streams, not unless painting the basement red with Moretti counts. Steve did used to paint. He has done some painting.
Yeah, I've now got an addiction. Thanks, Damien.
That's right. I'll do what I can. Green Tree's in. He says, "Did Damien shift everything off the bed?"
I was gonna ask that.
Well, do you know what's happened? Do you know what's happened tonight? That there was a mountain of stuff, and in my sort of 45-minute pre-stream panic, little did I know I actually had an hour and a half. But in the 45 minutes before we were meant to start, I got up here and we have a spare room downstairs, and Charlotte and Emma are having a sleepover down there tonight.
Ooh,
it's a Friday.
Yeah.
So I suppose for those newer people in Charlotte and Emma, my wife and daughter, they're not like two women I live with or anything. And so they're down there. So Emma's not sleeping on the bed tonight.
Ooh.
So I did shift it, but it was wasted time. So yeah. But yes, I appreciate that, Mark. I appreciate you not wanting me to get into trouble again. Michael Lyman says, "Can we talk about where to get foam for the awesome terrain I've seen you do?" God, this is dry. He doesn't confirm which one of us that is. You've done more awesome terrain than me, so I'm going to assume it's you.
Yeah, but you've done more recent, so it could be you. Yours were ceiling tiles, right? Correct.
It's like the surface of a lake. That's not what I use. I don't build everything with ceiling tile. My stuff's Celotex. I use Celotex insulation foam. That's what I use. Ben Bowles famously used it wrong in his first video by putting it up against the walls of his shed to try and keep the heat in. That's not what you use that stuff for. You use it for building mountains. So yeah, that's the stuff I've used for years, and it's horrible stuff to work with, but it seems to work quite well. Stupid.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I use different types of foam, but if you're asking which is the best one to work with and carve from and get detail stuff, then you want some stuff that the only one I found in the UK is called Styrodur, and that's Styrodur. If you Google it, you can only buy it by the pallet load, and it'll cost you about 100 quid, but that pallet will last you forever. I'm still working, and I build a lot of terrain off a pallet that I bought. It's got to be 5 years ago. You get tons of it, so don't get it if you've got a small garden. Try and the best thing to do is if you know a group of you who want to buy or want to build terrain and want some good foam, is all put 2, chip in. If you get 3 years, it's only 30 quid, and you get loads and loads of it. You can get it in different thicknesses. I think it's from 22 mil all the way up to 80. I think it's 88 mil. And you buy it by the pallet load. But yeah, that's what I would suggest. Other than that, any underfloor and insulating foam, if you go on eBay and search underfloor heating insulation, you can buy it in all different thicknesses.
Actually, if you go over to Ben Bowles' house and just knock down the wall in front of his desk, you'll actually find a whole load of it in there.
Yeah, just pull a panel in off the side of his shed. There's tons of it there.
That's where I get mine. That's absolutely where I get mine.
But yeah, anything like that, underfloor heating, you want the dense stuff. You want it as dense as possible. But Styrodur is the best. It's the closest to have you seen that? You know the pink foam that they use in the States a lot?
Yeah.
It's the closest to that you'll get here, that I found anyway. If anyone else knows anything different, do let us know.
I got enough Celotex about, I want to say nearly 10 years ago, 8 years ago or something, and I'm pretty sure it was to build a board for War Master. And I'm pretty sure I got an 8x4 board. So I got enough of the. I think they were 2x4 strips, and I got enough to build an 8x4. And I've just brought. I've been keeping it in my mum and dad's garage, and I've just brought the last 2x4 back. So that 6x4 is, you know, I haven't made anywhere near as much as you have over the years, but that's brought me back. You know, that's lasted me, I don't know, the best part of 10 years of various scenery projects and stuff.
Yeah, the sourdough comes in 2x4 pieces, 2 foot by 4 foot, and they clip together. It's like a tongue and groove. And I'm down to, I've got 3 left. I can't remember how many was on the pallet to begin with, but I've got 3 left, and I've had it about 5 or 6 years, and I've built tons of stuff. When I first was building terrain, I was doing commission terrain and everything, and I was using it for that. So
yeah, you do build a bit of terrain, don't you?
Yeah, it'll last you forever.
Cool. Nick Gardner is in. Michael Lyons is on the JD and Coke, and he also would have voted Belvita. Callum says, you went out for a meal this evening and carried on the wine since I got home. Doubt I'll be able to finish the stream. I'll keep going until I can't, I suppose. Michael Haskell says, hope most had their Brie Day goodies today. I got the new Rangers and the best white dwarf at the same time. No, indeed. Well, happy Brie Day, everyone. Woo! Happy Brie Day to you. Happy Brie Day to you.
I'm expecting mine tomorrow.
I was anyone who got it today got it as a bonus, right? You wouldn't expect.
I always get them the day before. I always get them. Everything goes, we always come the day before. And I got a confirmation email or dispatch email last night. So I was like, get it. It's coming tomorrow. And I come home.
I haven't had the email yet.
Oh, I had the email, but I come home, and when I was walking up the path, I could see there was a box at my front door, and it was about that size, you know, that size. And I thought that, oh, get in, that's me tonight. So
get in.
Opened it. What was it?
Back of the net, Brie.
what was in it? Bath bombs.
Toffee.
Bath bombs.
Bath bombs. Well, what a night.
Bath bombs. So that's me. That's me after the stream, anyway. I'll be fizzing away into the early hours.
Yeah. Max says, woo, Patreons ruining evenings. I think that's about forced me to eat Belvita. Will Pintar's in. He says, now wrong with Council Pop.
That's water. Corporation Pop, we call it. Up in and off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ashley Fisher dangerously asked a question about Middle Earth SBG. Thoughts on models Games Workshop Forge might release and not re-release. So that must be new models. To go along with Quest of the Ring Bearer, I was thinking of mounted and foot Arwen and Frodo, like the Eowyn, Merry, and Gandalf Pippin models. What a plastic Arwen and Frodo on foot on horse. That'd be good.
I see it. Lurtz and some more hobbits. Smeagol. Possibly some more of the Fellowship. That'd be nice.
Yeah. The plastic ones I thought that I've said over the years were some combination of Lurtz, Aragorn, Boromir, and then potentially Sam, Frodo, and Gollum. I reckon they'd be my bets. But who knows? Who the goodness knows? Nick Garner says, I refuse to be judged for my love of Pepsi while Damien pairs Budweiser with Pepsi. No, refuse to be judged for my love of Hershey while Damien pairs Budweiser with Pepsi. I don't pair them, Nick. You've been here before. I don't drink them together. I normally have Pepsi to go with my chocolate because beer doesn't go with chocolate. But either way, Hershey's. Come on now. Green Tree says, I've got 4 glass bottles of Coke. That's a treat for me. Normally only get them at Crimbo. Tastes better out of a glass bottle. It does. You're absolutely right.
Most drinks taste better out of a glass.
Michael says, go on, Steve. I'm not sure what that's about. Powell's on the tankard of tap water. Callum's agreeing that stuff tastes better from glass. Michael Lyons is painting Smaug. That's pretty cool. Harry Parker was on a Corona and a disappointingly small Tesco rip-off Milky Way called a Cosmic Whip. Well, you get what you pay for, Harry. You get what you pay for. You knew what you're going into when you got that.
If you pay peanuts to get monkeys, that's what I tell my customers. Pay peanuts to get monkeys. You know what I mean?
Right. Is that when they're saying, why is this such a bad job? It's like, well,
no, it was your choice. Why is it twice as much as everyone else? Premium product love.
You knew what you were getting into when you booked SC Home Improvement. Chris says it's a face filled with joy. I think that's when I'm eating my Belvita. And Sophie is saying she ate some of the brownie Milky Way and she's still on the fence. Michael thought I was drinking gin, not water. I do love a gin, but that was not gin. Frederick Schultz, Steve, can you add my cousin Jasper to the GBHL group so we can post on the whip thread? Can you do that?
Yeah.
You want to do that?
I can do that, yeah. I'm going to do it on my phone because my internet is still bobbins.
God, you're so trendy. Cameron says, sorry, I can't watch the stream tonight, guys. Whilst watching the stream, that's confusing.
Yeah.
Got too much to do, unfortunately. Have fun and good luck with the goblins. I'll find out what next time's is, and I'll see if I can paint with you. Awesome, Cameron. Hope to have you in. Robert Cron is in.
Cameron. Hey.
Robert Cron is in. As I live and breathe, he says my mouth went bone dry just watching you eat that. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't moist. It was not moist.
Frederick, what's your cousin called? We've got a lot of people who've requested, and not everyone answers the questions. So it's really annoying.
Cousin Jasper, he said. So Jasper, someone presumably.
Answered questions.
David Alexander is in. Good to see you, David. And he says, which GBHL snack is the right one for you? Dry yogurt biscuit or Freddo? I'm going to remain unchanged to say Freddo after that, I think. Stuart Bland is in. He says, evening, guys. Hello. Michael Lyon's got Brie, but not his. Not sure what that means. Richard Hanson has got Harry Goatleaf painted.
Wowzers.
Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're wowzer in at that. There's a certain Mr. Stuart Mack from a certain podcast who had an unboxing filmed, edited, and up. It was nearly as bad as me. Just video, do check it out on his
very good.
I
haven't had time to watch that one yet because it's been so quick that he had it up. But indeed, I did watch his Neoprene River one.
Yes.
The other day, which is very good. Yeah, if you've inexplicably been living under a rock, go and check out the Out of the Frying Pan podcast. It's absolutely awesome. Highly recommend. And they've also now got a lovely little YouTube channel with some added content on it. And yeah, they're doing little unboxings. It was quite funny when he got this river out, and he was saying that his Buckleberry Ferry was basically the width of the river. They're not going to have far to go. It was cool. It's pretty good fun. I think it's on offer at the moment as well. Rich Anderson asked, what's in the new White Dwarf? I don't have a clue. I say I don't have a clue. I think I flicked through it in Sainsbury's. I don't think it had anything Middle Earth in it. Assuming that was the new one and not the old one, if that makes sense. I don't normally get it, but I saw a rumour that not a rumour, some on the preview that the next one was going to have an Azog Tactics article, I think. That's the only middle thing, I think. Stephen Spark says, hope everyone's week has gotten better now that it's Friday. Yeah, mine definitely has. Absolutely. Stuart says, a Forge World character series fellowship would be amazing. Yeah. I think we've talked about this. I don't know, Stuart, if you follow our normal streams when they're on YouTube normally, but it's a fairly common question that's come up. And I think that it's always the basic, I don't know, argument is always about effort to reward for them. I think that people were like, yeah, it'd be amazing, but we've got so many awesome fellowship sculpts already. Is it worth the kind of resource and time from the Middle Earth team to do that, as opposed to putting?
And obviously, the answer is yeah.
You think?
For me,
you'd rather have 9 new fellowship models than 9 other heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because then I get the 9 other heroes at some point down the line. So.
Right. Yeah, you'd rather delay every other project.
Yes.
Delay the next project by, I don't know, 9 sculpting models time to have a new fellowship. Yeah, fair enough. I think a lot of people go with that. I'd certainly like new versions of stuff. I've never objected to there being a new, X model, a new Gandalf or something, even though we've got 400 Gandalfs. It's like, and we've got 401. What's not to like?
Very true. So you're working on goblins tonight.
Yeah. I've gone fully rogue. I need to jump back to Zoom. So I've still got them on their spray stick because I'm doing the really rough and ready dry brushing at the moment.
So I'm like you. I think I've got 48 normal Moria goblins painted up, and then I've got this box. Can you see that box?
Is that all Moria goblins?
Yes.
That's insane, even by your standards.
Yeah, I know. You know, like when you buy lots off eBay and there's always Moria goblins in it, and I just I just kept some. I just thought it'd be great to have like 1 million Moria goblins. But yeah, so I got them out to paint them, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't bring myself to it.
What?
Yeah, I know it's against the stream. We're the stream makers.
If you can't, why should anyone else? You jerk.
Listen, I know, and I agree with everything that you're saying, but when I looked in my Moria goblin box,
yeah,
I found another of my metal cave trolls.
Right. Okay.
So I'm kind of.
So you can save him for Cave Troll Week,
which there isn't one of. So I'm stripping him because he wasn't terrible, but my other ones are much better. My more modern ones that I've painted. So this stream, I am stripping the cave troll, a bit rebuilding him and green stuff in him.
Are you stripping him now? Is that where you are? Like you have
literally as we speak.
I mean that. See, not only are you not painting the right models, you're actually doing the opposite of what the stream's meant to do. You're unpainting models. You're increasing your backlog, Steve. This is absolutely rubbish.
So he's been in isopropyl since we started the stream, and the paint is coming off very easy.
I'm glad to hear it. So are you popping back to the chat?
Yeah.
Given that you're, I mean, frankly, just displaying a callous disregard for what we're meant to be doing here, I think at least.
Yeah. Where are we up to?
We're up to Stuart Bland saying Forge World Character Series Fellowship would be amazing. Tom Macklin is in. Tom Macklin and me have had a very exciting few days.
So Thomas Macklin says beer and chocolate is amazing. Thomas, I miss your face, my friend.
I like his face. I see a lot of his face at the moment.
Yeah. Frederick says, posted a nice pic of my drinks and snacks in the whip thread. We'll have a look in a moment.
Glad to hear it.
Adam Marcel is in. He's asking what everyone's drinking. Welcome, Adam.
Adam Marcel, I live and breathe. I mean, this is great to have people in, but it's like, why don't you join us on YouTube?
Yeah, man.
Same time.
What's wrong with our YouTube channel?
How's the family, man? Great to have you in. I hope you're well.
Seen a lot of you on Facebook, Adam. It's been great to see what's going on.
Adam's in my top 5 Canadians of all time list, and I include Brian Adams on that.
Can I just say that throughout these streams, you mention your top 5 Canadians of all time a lot.
Yeah, but I don't think I mentioned more than 5.
Yeah, but there's about 8 in there.
There's not.
There is.
There's not. There's not. There's not.
You're definitely in my 5, Adam. You're first, number 1, Adam.
Say that to all the kids. But let us know. He's been doing action figure photography a lot recently.
Yeah,
it looks very, very cool.
Are they yours, Adam? Because if they are, you must be skint, mate, because they're not cheap.
Yeah, they're proper like couple £100 ones.
Yeah,
very cool.
Brandon Cooper says, evening guys, Gimli from 3 Hunters for me tonight to complete his 3. Good stuff. It's a great model. Jack Harper says, glad you've been able to salvage the stream. Yeah, I know. It's not what we wanted, but you know, it's an evening's entertainment. We're here.
And I am as well. I didn't tell Steve this, but we're recording the Zoom call, so we'll be able to upload it as an episode after the fact. Even though it won't have the live chat, but it will still hopefully it'll have me painting goblins and Steve undermining the entire premise. So. What more can you ask?
It's getting funky this stream, mate. So
it's getting funky.
Yeah, look at this.
I'm not on Zoom. I'm on Facebook. What is that? Yeah, well, you had to join us. It's after the watershed. It's Friday night.
Welcome. So, sir, what were your ailments? Let's have a look.
Matt Pearson's in. Good evening. Nick says, tried to think of what liquor to buy. I've been through Jack Morgan and Jameson's, thinking of going back to gin, but I only need Bombay Sapphire. Oh, and actually, my gin of choice is currently Whitley Neal, and my favourite one is the rhubarb and ginger one. I have no idea if it's over there in the States, Nick, but love a bit of that. Love a bit of that. Michael agrees with Jack. Yeah, by all
means. Stuart Bland says, I watch when I can for sure. Michael Line says, yeah, Forge World Fellowship would be awesome. Yes, it would. Green Tree says, I've just had the full week off work, got plenty of stuff done and a few bits of terrain. Good stuff, man. Michael Lyons says, I'm with Steve here.
Got like in his garage.
I hope not. I've got no trousers on. Nick says, no more fellowship models until Armour Glorfindel gets his damn apple off. Stuart Bland, the fellowship are Lord of the Rings, though, if you think about it, poster boys. Very true, very true.
Yeah.
And Sophie says, New White Dwarf is indeed out today.
Woo woo! Happy White Dwarf Day.
Nick says, he's replying to Stuart, and he says, but the book and the game aren't the same entity. And Matt Pearson asks, any tips on painting with a tremor? What tips would you give, Damien?
As in, like, shakes?
Yeah, like shakes.
I don't know. It would depend how bad it is, I suppose. You'd have the sort of classics, but I'd sure you'd think about like balancing your elbows, I suppose, on resting your elbows on the desk might help. But I don't know, unfortunately.
I remember watching a video on YouTube, and I couldn't tell you who done the video or anything. And I remember it coming up. I think it might have been a live stream. It was a very talented painter, and I think someone asked a very similar question. And they said something, I can't remember what he called it. It was something triangle or something, and it's basically what Damien said. So it's creating a triangle, so it's elbows on the table, and then holding the model in one hand. Let me get it on camera. Holding the model in one hand, and then the other hand making sure sort of the butts of your hands touch, so you make a triangle with your arms.
Yeah.
And it's not going to eradicate it at all, but it minimizes it, and you've got more control when you're closer. So I mean, I hope that helps. That's not advice from me, it's something that I've seen, so it's stolen. But yeah, good luck with it, man. Anyone in the chat has any tips, then please do
yeah, by all means,
do let us know. But keep plugging away, man. Keep trying. Michael Lyons says, hold your breath. Callum Rutter, Steve, what the hell? That box is insane. Yeah, I know. and that's just Moria Goblins. I've got loads of them boxes. Pat Block says, isn't it painting while breathing out instead of holding a breath, Michael? And Michael Lyons says, potato.
His name potato, isn't it?
Potato.
Potato.
Potato. Paplop, nah, I think the difference is bigger than holding your breath makes you more wobbly. Breathing out is moving, so whatever works for you. Nick says, well, there's only 10 Canadians in total. Smurf fits in, he says, Adam is my favourite Canadian.
There you go.
He's a great Canadian.
He's a great choice. He's in everyone's fantasy fellowship.
Yeah,
everyone's guy. Canadian fellowship. Adam Marcel's in there. Bringing the it's because he brings maple syrup, which is like it has the kind of effect of Lember spread or something, you know. He taps his own maple syrup. It's fantastic.
From a big maple leaf in his garden.
Well, I go down to the forest and properly tap it and all that, and then he brought us jars back of it. Yeah. His family do it. We've had jars of it. We just ran out of ours. It's a nightmare.
Little subtle hint there. Yeah, we just run out of ours.
Yeah, it's not a subtle hint, mate. I've already posted it on his Facebook wall. I was like, where's my damn maple syrup?
He says, thanks, gents. The family is doing well. Thanks. Yeah, they're mine. Can be very expensive, but fun to do. Mr. Haskell says, pleased that it's been recorded. Some of us oldies don't always make it to the end, early hours. I know what you're saying there, Michael. I'm the same.
The thing is, I always worry about we won't get the chat, but then of course we read the chat, so you get it that way. Yeah. So yeah, I'm recording the Zoom call. That's cool.
Adam Marcel says, dudes, you're my favourite Scotsman as well. I mean, he's not said that we're his favourite.
Yeah, what is that about? That's hurtful. We're right here, man.
Chrissy said, yeah, rest your hands on the table with for shakes. That helps. David Alexander's in. He says, discussion point. What would be your Larry Miller style worst fantasy fellowship, with the goal being to create the worst, least synergized, least themed fellowship, which is still as close as possible to 750 points?
I mean, that's like a, you know, that's an hour video on its own, isn't it?
I mean, I'd need 3 hours to sit with a book. He said, he's given us do you want a demonstration?
Oh yeah, if he's put one in, brilliant.
So he said, I'm sure mine would start with Old Bilbo, accompanied by Lobelia, Sackville, Baggins. I nearly put Lobelia in mine, to be fair. Merry and Pippin were replaced by Sigrid and Tilda, with Bard and Bane being banned from the list. Useless. Not sure about the rest, but there would have to be a really expensive great model like Treebird in the Boromir slot so that he dies as early as possible.
Yeah, that's great. I've seen all the kind of like the cheesy versions of it go, well, you've got to make sure that your Boromir character is as cheap as possible. It's like, do you? Do you? But yeah, you could go the other way with it, definitely.
That's what I did on mine.
I think like Throwing the Broken would be quite good because he's rubbish, you know, in that, you know, where you need every model to fend for itself.
Yeah.
He'll get charged and killed pretty easily. But he's cheap, so he won't fill up your fellowship.
Yeah.
You need a wizard though. Who's the worst wizard? Is it one of the options you can have who's not a wizard? Who's that? There's Elrond, Thranduil.
What about the what's the name? The shipbuilder elf. What's it called?
The who?
Shipbuilder.
Círdan.
Círdan, yeah. He's good. He's good.
Is he available as one of the wizards though?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Gandalf, Saruman.
Because he's only good in that list, isn't he? He's only good in with elves.
It's not them, is it? Galadriel, Elrond, Celeborn, Círdan, Arwen, Gildor. There you go. It's got to be Gildor. Yeah. Good profile, but not a great wizard.
Yeah.
Gildor's perfect. Gildor try to take down the Balrog. Mobilize. That'd be sweet. So yeah, I'll probably go for him. Is there a note about Grima's rule not working? Like, what if you put Grima and Theoden in the same one? That'd be fun. You'd probably want heroes that have to go two-handed, right? You'd want like your Grimbolds and stuff. That'd give them a crippling disadvantage. But yeah, you'd need like really bad, expensive models, you know. Right, and I don't think there are too many of them. Yeah. Not quite sure. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Anyone else who's got like crazy ideas for a terrible fellowship? I'm scraping because it's off camera because it's splashing everywhere.
Stuart Bland says, for Tremor, sit back in your chair comfortably, rest your wrists together and on your chest or tummy. And I think Adam's agreeing about Chris being a Scots. Mark Greentree, I've heard the Amazon Lord of the Rings series is going to include sex and nudity. I'm hoping this isn't true. Yeah, they've hired a nudity consultant, I believe, and they've put out a call for extras who are comfortable with nudity. So read what you want into that, really.
I think it'd be something like elves in a waterfall in the background somewhere.
Yeah, you'd hope. Who knows? I'm trying not to judge it quite yet, you know. We'll see. David Alexander says, I'm sure mine would start with Old Bilbo accompanied by Lobelia, Sackville, Baggins. Oh, have you read that? Yeah, you've already read that one.
No, not ever.
Yeah, Joe Holzman, holding your breath. Oh, yeah, have you? Some things.
Are you always going in a different order than mine?
Yeah, could be. Who knows?
My hands stink now.
Joe Holzman, holding your breath makes your body panics and not good for painting. Adam Marcel thinks his head isn't going to fit for his door, presumably because everyone's.
Everyone loves you.
Yeah. Michael says, I don't panic, but like I say, whatever works for you. Not sure what that's about. Luke Churches, first time in a long time being able to watch live, guys. Got my homemade cider and white Toblerone to celebrate. Cider and white Toblerone, what a time to be alive. And Adam says, I'll get you some maple syrup when I'm back over, hopefully next year. You know you guys are loved. Yeah, absolutely, mate. We'll be very happy to have you.
Just saying, Adam, like Damien's not the only one here. Just, you know, I'll take a bit of maple.
He doesn't deserve it, man.
I'll take a bit of maple.
I think Michael's not panicking about Game of Thrones and nudity. And yeah, there's talk about dwarfs in the fountain, naked dwarfs in the fountain. I don't think.
There was naked dwarves in The Hobbit.
Yeah, well, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think you need a nudity consultant for CGI naked dwarfs, though. But then I've never tried to make a film with CGI naked dwarfs, so maybe you do. Who the devil knows?
Mm-hmm.
So that's us actually. We've had. I think we're up to date with the chat, which is cool. Steve, the first 45 minutes is normally our little catch up. How's your hobby week been, man? What have you been up
to? Shocking.
Great.
To be fair, hobby wise, not got much done. I've had every week and every stream, like whether it's with yourself or with Jay, like I say, oh, what have you been up to? And for the last God knows how long, I've been saying, oh, work's been really busy, and this week has just been a shocker. And to top that off, I've pulled my neck, so I've been in agony with my neck. And last night, I must have got 2 hours sleep last night with it. It's terrible. So yeah, it's not been great. But what I did do, I did start over the weekend painting. I think I posted it in the Battle Streams Patreon group, chat group.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of base colours on my converted Aragorn, which is going to be on my Moria diorama.
Yeah, your Barlin's Team one, right?
Yeah, Aragorn with a boat, and I kind of just put a camera and filmed whilst I painted it. And what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to try and spend an hour on it. Like when I get a chance, I'll spend an hour one week, an hour the next week, an hour the next week till it's finished. And I'm going to film it, and then I'm going to edit all that footage down into kind of a time lapse type sort of not a tutorial, because I'm not a fantastic painter. I'm all right, but just this is how I painted this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that'd be cool.
That's the extent of my hobby this week. What about yourself?
I've done very little model wise, so I'm still. I can't remember. Was I putting the base colours on the Frodo and Sam last week? The Breaking of the Fellowship ones. I can't remember what I was doing on the last stream. But I've got them base coated.
Didn't you finish, Sam?
I finished the Weathertop Frodo and Sam, and now I've chucked some base colours down on Breaking of the Fellowship ones.
Ah, right, okay.
And I've still got this dude in progress.
What dude?
Oh, I haven't put my light back on since you were getting upset about it earlier. That Aragorn who's coming along.
Yeah, it's great.
Still a long way to go. But what instead happened was I have to be a bit coy about this now, because we've made some exciting developments in the last sort of 36 hours. My hobby life got taken over by scenery for the Fantasy Fellowship. So as anyone will know as anyone who's been following these streams will know, on the Battle Streams Middle Earth channel, we're going to be starting a whole Fantasy Fellowship campaign that is optimistically set to take them from Farmer Maggot's Fields to Mount Doom over the course of about 3 years. God knows how far we'll get with it. Probably Farmer Maggot's farm. But we're starting that, and we, due to changes in the regulations, shall we say, locally, we had to escalate our plans like nobody's business. So my entire dining room table has been taken over with scenery for about the last week, and I've been playing around with paint and foam and glue and all that sort of stuff. So I can't really reveal quite where it is in the process yet, because you'll hopefully see relatively soon. But I've been doing scenery. I've done loads of scenery. I've got, if you had 6 river sections, right?
Yes.
Is that one piece of scenery, or is that 6 pieces of scenery?
No, that's one, mate.
That's one. Okay. In that case, I have got. I think I've got.
I'm not going to give you an inch here, right?
Fair enough. I've got 11 separate bits of scenery on the go.
Nice.
But if you counted sections, I think it's 22 things that you could hold. So it's a ton of scenery, all like kind of on the way, and a lot of it actually finished, which is cool.
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm going to be showing that off, and hopefully we will be able to actually kick that campaign off. People in our Patreon chat would have seen I had a very low moment yesterday with when we realised when the government restrictions were changing. But then about lunchtime yesterday, me and Macklin had basically a crisis call, looked at our diaries and thought, hang on, can we massively rejig everything? And let's just say do some cramming. And so I'm proper excited. So you did
a bit of cramming with Macklin.
Maybe. So yeah, hopefully you'll see the fruits of that before too long, and our campaign can get underway, which I am, as I may have said before, crazy excited about.
Exciting times.
Speaking of which, actually, I've also been working on some old remixes.
I can't remember where we were. Yes.
Well, it should be paused on mine. It was
old ring race.
Yeah, Michael's. When you know it, you need them for certain things. It was Michael Haskell saying, "Unexpected journey had naked dwarfs." You see that?
Yes.
On you go then.
Yeah, I think our chat does different orders, doesn't it?
I don't know. I mean, we're used to it on Facebook.
Yeah. I used to this stuff away. Oh my gosh. Talks about nudity. Yeah, Harry Bates says, "What's this? This is a makeshift stream tonight." I think it's all right. It's all right, seeing as it
Seems to be working.
Massively pear-shaped. Yeah.
Battle Streams of Middle Earth, Harry. It's our fortnightly series inspired by.
Yeah. Adam says, "Steve, guys, plural. I'll take me some maple syrup." Sophie says, "Wasn't paying attention and put it in the wrong chat, but White Dwarf 457 out today has the Azog Tactica in it." So the one that's out today.
Is a White Dwarf day.
Yeah. Harry Bates says, "Give yourself some credit, Steve."
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, I'm awesome. I'm an amazing human
being. Maybe not that much credit.
He says, "You're a good painter." Thanks, man. Andrew Pennington says, "So a one-word article Tactica then charge." But Azog, well, it would work.
Charge, kill them. Don't let them heroic strike higher than you.
Kill.
That way.
Michael Lyons says, "Yeah, for sure, great painter. Thanks, guys." Michael Lyons, 22. I'm with Damien on that. 22. What was that to do with?
No idea. 22.
22.
Oh, it's the piece of scenery.
Ah, right. Okay.
He's counting it as separate ones. Thanks, Michael.
4 pages, says Sophie. And Mr. Ed Ball is in.
I shan't believe it.
Ed Ball.
I shan't believe it. What a
if
beautiful
there's one thing I'll take away from tonight is that Ed Ball joined in the chat.
Ed Ball crept in. Can't believe it.
He says, "Hi, nerds. How you doing, Ed? It's good to hear from you,
mate. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you. I miss your hugs."
I hope you're well. Michael
so good to see you. I haven't seen you. I've heard your name, but it's nice.
It might not even be the same Ed Ball. You never know.
I don't think there's another Ed Ball in the GBA show.
Giving the game away, man, for me. The game's about figuring this stuff out, not being told. I'm assuming that's about the Tactica, is it?
Yeah, maybe.
How come the stream is only on Facebook? Because basically my internet is bobbins at the minute. So they're digging up the road. BT are digging up the road in the area that I live to make the internet better. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as it should be. So whilst they're doing that, I'm assuming we've got like a Facebook group for the development where I live, and everyone in the Facebook group saying the same thing, like the internet's not great. So they've obviously just put us on like minimal service while they're doing what they need to do, and then we're going fiber optic. So apparently from the 28th, my internet's going to be amazing. So it's going to be like I'm sat in your lounges from the 28th. So sorry about that.
Our next stream is the 30th. So we'll hopefully be reaping the benefits of Steve's super fast broadband.
Yeah, hopefully. And we had an issue. I might as well tell now because it's the night of issues, isn't it? So anyone who's in the Patreon chat will know that I was quite excited because on Prime Day on Amazon, I treated myself to a new microphone specifically to use while streaming, and I love it. It's great. But the problem that we've got with it is when I plug it in, it's USB connected. When I plug it in, Zoom thinks it's my mic and my speaker. So I can't hear Damien through Zoom for some reason.
Doesn't work.
Don't know. So if anyone's tech-minded and can tell me what to do, and don't say click the arrow and change it, because I tried that, it didn't work. but yeah, so that with that as well. I don't know how we got onto that, but yeah, that's why we're on Facebook, basically. Harry Parkhill says, hi Harry, by the way, good to have you in. He says, has anyone played Quest of the Ring Bearer scenarios yet? What do we think to them? I haven't had a chance yet.
Maybe.
Possibly Damien's played a few. I've not had a chance. I am planning to. I was supposed to be meeting up with my lad Cole next week, but we can't
For
now.
games?
Yeah, he was going to come to the man cave and hang out and have a few things and play some games. But he can't now because his girlfriend, who he lives with, is a nurse in one as a COVID. She works on a COVID ward, and she got symptoms and was sent home. So that had to get cancelled, which was great. So I've not played them yet, but looking forward to doing. They look great. They look great.
Yeah, I have played the Taming of Smeagol's up there. We've done that one. We've done the battle rep of that. If you go Battle Streams Middle Earth YouTube channel, me and Macklin did a proof of concept for that one, which was, you know, it's 3 models, super fast, but really good, really good fun. That one's from the old Two Towers journey, but
yeah,
and
they do look good. They do look good. Anyone who's not seen that, go and check it out. Is on the channel. Sophie is sending much love to Ed. David Alexander says, to perhaps shed some light on the confusion about chat order, I edited my question about the Fantasy Fellowship to remove my suggested fellowship and put it in a second post, as the original post was getting too long. I think Steve read the full unedited post somehow, and Damien then read the re-uploaded second part.
That's sort of crazy thing Steve would do.
Yeah. Mr. Gaz Ball is in. Welcome, Gaz. He says,
hey,
just Damien.
What?
Just joined us, saw Damien shaking one off.
No. This is different to normal as well. We're on the GBHL.
Yeah.
Please do not swear.
And Harry Bates says, well, cheers for putting a stream on. Anyway, Steve, you are welcome. Damien had nothing to do with
it. Steve's sitting there, isn't there?
Harry knows. He knows this guy. This guy knows.
I mean, I will grant you that normally, week in, week out, it's Steve. But, you know, of all the nights to say it, you want to say to Steve, well done for putting a stream on for the last 21 episodes. That's fine. I'll take that. But tonight, this is me. It's all me.
To be fair, it was a funny one because I messaged you in the week saying,
because
I knew this work was going on, and I was like, my internet seems all right. It seems fine, but obviously I've not tried streaming. And I was worried, and we tried to connect. Yeah, I tried to connect, and it just wouldn't connect. And I think it wouldn't connect because I was trying to stream from here and also host a Zoom call at the same time. And it's just too much. So yeah,
that's what you normally do, isn't it? It's just
it's normally fine. It's not, but they've obviously just it is what it is, isn't it? No point crying over spilt milk. But yeah, that's it. We're caught up on the chat. How are you getting on with your Moria goblins?
I'm letting them dry. Working on a few other bits at the moment.
Do you want to let people? So just for anyone who has either just joined and didn't hear earlier on, or is in the chat and doesn't normally join in these streams, which are every fortnight on YouTube on Battle Streams Middle Earth YouTube channel, please do go and subscribe. For anyone like that who isn't aware, we do run competitions in these streams. Damien, do you want to give a bit of backup as to?
Yeah, sure. So it's basically, we always have a theme for every issue based on the models that came with it, to try and encourage you to paint those models and clear your backlog. And this week's theme is Moria goblins, the basic Moria goblins, and everyone has got a box of them like Steve, or a sprue of them tucked away at the back of a cupboard somewhere. And you know, with no plans to paint them whatsoever, because even people from Moria Army tend to, you know, fill things up with prowlers and stuff, or black shields. They certainly did in the old edition, but those plastic Moria goblins are deeply unloved. And so what we try to encourage people to do is go and get them and paint them. So anyone who is working on Moria goblins, and we did have a question in the week, would you allow the metal blister ones? And because Steve was in one of his weaker moods, he said yes. So whilst they're not the models that came with it, and they're not the same kind of They don't tend to be the same level of, I don't know, hidden away at the back, being unloved. We will accept the metal Moria goblins as well tonight. So anyone who is working on a plastic Moria goblin or a metal Moria goblin, if you put up a work in progress picture of that in the work in progress thread, which I'm sure Steve will tell you about, what we do is we'll go through it and we make a list of them, and then we draw a winner at the end, and the winner gets one of our custom Battle Streams and Middle Earth dice, which are on the way at the moment. Sorry, they're not on the way. That's the. I was gonna say it's a lie. It's not a lie. It's complete mistruth. We are working on them at the moment, and we'll hopefully be with us very, very soon. And and then we'll post those out when they arrive, which will be super cool. So Steve, the thread.
Yeah, so in the Great British Hobbit League Facebook group, there is a thread aptly named Battle Streams in Middle Earth Whip thread. So post pictures of whatever you're working on in there. They don't have to be finished pictures, as long as you don't have to finish the thing during the stream. As long as you're working on Moria Goblin in any shape or form, you will be entered into the draw. So you could post a picture of one up being put together. You could post a picture of one up that you have fully painted. It could be just base coated. As long as you're working on it tonight, you'll be in the draw. So get your pictures up there. It'll be fun to see, and it's always nice when that normally around midnight, half past midnight, when these streams end. I like to go in, make myself a cup of tea before bed, and I'll flick through that whip thread and have a look at it properly, because we don't really get a chance to look at it properly whilst we're streaming. Even though we do highlight some stuff, we're kind of flicking through it fast because we're trying to get through everything. And it's nice just to go through it and have a look at everyone's work. And I think Damien will agree. It just puts a little bit of a smile on my face knowing that those models got painted because us lot as a group decided to get together on a Friday evening, hang out, be nerdy and paint Lord of the Rings miniatures. And it just gives me a nice feeling. So
absolutely.
Yeah, so get them up there, get them posted. And again, you might not have any Moria goblins, or you might not fancy painting.
Everyone's got Moria goblins. I refuse to believe it.
You might not. I mean, it's sacrilege, but you might not even be painting Lord of the Rings miniatures tonight. You might just be listening to us whilst you're painting some Space Marines, or I don't know, some Age of Sigmar dudes. I don't know what they're called.
Perish the thought.
Get those pictures in there as well, because whatever you're working on, I'd like to have a look at it. So Damien, I'm just going to go and grab my bottle of water so I can dunk these bits in. Are you all right just to take over for 2 minutes?
Yeah, I thought we were up to date, weren't we?
Yeah, but loads of people have chatted since then.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Yeah, I will certainly do that. So
I'll be back in a second.
If you are new here, this is entirely inadvertent. Like YouTube failed us, but we might as well make the most of it. We normally do these on Battle Streams in Middle Earth. So if you search for Battle Streams in Middle Earth, we did start off doing them on the GBHL podcast channel, which I think a lot of people will know about. But we kind of went rogue, went solo a few weeks ago. So we now have a brand new channel that we're trying to build up with some cool kind of content, and the whole manifesto of the channel will be about helping to clear your backlogs. Essentially, that's what we're trying to do. And the Fantasy Fellowship ties in really, really nicely with that, because it's all about painting old, models from the Fellowship of the Ring and stuff, and trying to clear those bits out of your collection. So yeah, Battle Streams of Middle Earth is it's a YouTube channel in its own right. And go over there and please give us a cheeky subscribe. That'd be great. We'll keep trying to push those numbers up, and then hopefully you'll get the little alerts, and every 2 weeks we do one of these streams, and then we're starting to put a bit of other content out there. And the most exciting thing is the Fantasy Fellowship campaign, which should hopefully be getting underway, let's say in November. So I'm now going to scroll down the chat, all the stuff that Steve's just been through, see where we were.
We were up to. Oh, I'm doing the left-handed mouse. This feels.
Yeah,
weird.
Michael's painting Smaug. Although I may stop due to JD consumption. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. He's got to paint a War Marauder. Does it count? Does that count? Nope. It's got to be your average bog standard Moria Goblin Warrior. Gaz has just got a metal Balrog through the post. Wow. So his son's wanting a Moria army, so he can use the Balrog. No doubt we're painting loads of goblins in the near future. Get one. Just get one, Gaz. Chuck some paint on it. Tim Garlick is in. Michael Haskell says Steve is the softer touch in this relationship. Yeah, absolutely. If it was up to Steve, he'd let you paint anything.
Do you?
If it was Moria Goblin Week, it was as long as it's a model with MORIAGOBLI or N in it, he'll let you paint it. This is the renegade who in 2 towers we had anything from the 2 towers, anything at all. Rancid madness, but yeah, it's fun. We've done a plastic Moria Goblin Week. That was our first ever stream. We did issues 1 and 2 back in January. Who knew we'd still be here? It's madness.
Who knew what would happen then?
Yeah, absolutely. We're also naive then, going out to places, seeing people.
Yeah. Do you remember us having conversations going, how are we going to make this work? Because like obviously our other half are still going to go out for meals and stuff. Like, how's this going to work? And then all of a sudden it's like we're never out.
There's a global pandemic sorting that right out. So yeah, that's kind of where we are on that. But yeah, we did plastic Moria Goblins on their own. So we thought a little bit of latitude here to allow you to also have the metal ones would be cool. Andrew Pennington does pics of me goblin chocolate count.
Play on words.
Yeah, we'll give Andrew Pennington another shout out. I like to do this. Andrew Pennington, you may recognise from he sells tufts and trees on the trade pages, and they're fantastic. I use them in my kit, and I really should have prepared for this.
What size are they? Have you got any there? I need some trees, Andrew.
Trees? Yeah, I've got some of his trees. Seriously, do you want to see them?
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I need to get into the cupboard then. All
right? I'm a bit of a tree snob at the minute. That's the thing.
Right. Well, I hope you like them.
No, not in that sense. I mean, as in scale. Yeah, I like them to be bigger trees now. I've been, as anyone who regularly joins in on the live streams will know, that I've been begging and pleading for someone who can get their hands on sage bush to let me know where I can get it from, because my usual supplier has not got any and says they don't think they'll be getting any more at all. There's a place in America, I can't remember what they're called, who I contacted, who apparently have been doing it for years. And because of the fact that there's not much out there, the prices have gone through the roof, and with shipping to the UK, it's just gone crazy. So if anyone's able to get hold of any sagebush, please do let me know. That would be fantastic, or would point me in the right direction. I'd be massively appreciative. I'm not sure what Damien's got up for here. Just put myself in the eye. Not sure what he's got up here for. What's he doing? What's he got here now? Oh, trees, right? Yeah, I remember. Here he is. He's got his trees and tufts. Yeah, hit me up, man. I think I did. I'm sure we spoke before, and you might have sent me some stuff. I can't remember.
And I'm back.
Trees and tufts. Let's do it, man. Let's do the trees and tufts showcase.
So I've got 2 big boxes of trees. So I've grabbed one arbitrarily. So I'm hoping this is primarily his ones. But I got loads off him, and he does so many different types. But some of the ones we've had off him are, let's see, a few of them. So there's a couple of sizes of these. So you get these kind of autumnal ones, which are quite nice, quite Amon Henny. I always think these ones kind of
very nice,
yellowy green with little bits of colour in them, little bits of fruit or whatever.
I like that.
Some in there. We've also got these kind of more almost wintry ones, like darker, but again quite middle earthy, I think, because they're not as obvious. We also have more traditional sort of, he does kind of green ones, green trees. Green tree, you like that. That's in there. I've got boxes of those, and I'm pretty sure these ones as well. Have we got any more of this in this box? This kind of effect, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I like the mix.
Yeah, so loads of different ones like that. He also does fruit trees. I haven't got any of those to hand, but they're all, if you search Andrew Pennington on the trade group, they always come up, and he does loads of different ones, like almost limitless, and you can pick the type. And then he also does tufts, and this tufts are awesome as well. But he sent us something for the Fantasy Fellowship campaign, which I'm going to keep that under wraps until you see it, because that's beautiful, and I'm super excited. He also sent us, be careful with this. A little box here. I'm not going to do this here. I am going to wait. But do you know what this is? Have a guess. What's in that?
Tufts.
Yeah, this is tufts for one of our viewers. This is a prize from Mr. Andrew Pennington. Completely free. No reason. Just because he's a nice guy. and we'll be giving this away on Battle Streams Middle Earth. And of course, I'll open it up and show you, but not here, for it was not the plan. But probably, I reckon, link to one of the Fantasy Fellowship videos, because it'll be full of his awesome scenery.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'll be like this. Use this to make that. But yeah, we'll be giving this away. So thank you, Andrew. It's awesome. And it's super, super cool. And as I'm saying these words out loud, I think I'm realizing that I didn't actually let you know it had all arrived safely. It's arrived safely. Thanks so much. I love it. So there you go. That's my little Andrew Pennington plug, as ever. His stuff's amazing, and I use his little flowery tufts on my Hobbit bases.
Yeah. If you've got, has he got a Facebook page for it, or is it just in the
I don't
trade?
think so. I think he just does. He just puts posts whenever he makes a batch. He just puts posts up, and they're really, really reasonable prices as well.
Yeah.
He's exactly what this community promotes. Just a kind of cool hobbyist doing nice things because that he's good at, and giving something back to the community.
Cool stuff.
Highly recommend.
I'm trying to find his name now. That's where we were up to, wasn't it? In the chat. Andrew, there it is. Michael Line says Shadow and Flame. I think that's in response to Gaz's post. And Gaz is saying to Tim, hope you're all well. Harry Bates says Elendil, Isildur, Numenorians come in the post yesterday. Can't wait to paint this weekend.
Cool.
Yeah, I had a decent sized Numenorian army, and then I was convinced that was going to be the next supplement, and I thought, right, I'll let it go. I'll sell it because I'm not going to paint it right now, and then I'll just rebuy it again when it all gets reissued and made to order. And then it didn't happen, and now I've not got any Numenorians. It's really annoying.
I don't know what to tell you, mate. Don't know what to tell
you. Tim says better than him having Army of the Dead guys. That's about Moria. Very true. David Alexander says one of the things I did miss from this version of Fantasy Fellowship, that was in the old one, was the option to have Isildur as your ring bearer, accompanied by Elrond as Sam.
Yeah, Elrond as Sam. God, can you imagine
that? So you could
the thing
choose.
Is, you could though. You could do it all. You could do it all. Yeah, I saw someone agonize. I mean, you're not the one I was talking about, but you did it with Tariel's bow in your video. You said I haven't got the points for it, and as far as I'm concerned, I was like, just get 755. So you're not taking it to a tournament. Like who? I presume most fantasy fellowships are being chosen because people love them and they're going to play the narrative scenarios against their mates. What kind of lunatic is going to be going, don't you dare have 5 more points?
Well, there are some lunatics out there. Let me tell you.
Look
at my fingers now. Look, I've got all black bits of paint on my finger from stripping that cave troll.
Very nice. All that said, the one that we are using is bang on 750 actually, but
yeah,
it wouldn't have stopped me doing something I wanted to do for the sake of 5 points, for a YouTube campaign,
Yeah. He also says so you could cheese through all the Frodo scenarios and leave the poor remains of your fellowship to get stomped in all our scenarios, as there wasn't any points left. Yeah, it would be a very weak 7 other characters.
three crap hunters.
Yeah. Michael Line says, yeah, good point. Harry Bates says, painting other models, you heretic, Steve. Yeah, it happens, mate. Some people just don't know the true meaning of hobbying yet. It's Middle Earth. Gaz says he's dying to get back into gaming. Keeps asking me when we can meet you and Tim. Say that 10 times.
Meet you and Tim? What? Who wants to meet what?
He was talking to Tim, and he said when we can meet you and Tim.
Who's Tom? Which Tom?
Which Tom would it be? Tom. Oh God, I can't remember his surname. Tom. I played some tabletop simulator games. Tim. Let us know which Tom it is.
Tom. One of you, please.
Green Tree says, any tips for making green stuff tentacles? Trying to make a watcher in the water.
Yeah, I'll show you how I did mine. So I just kind of sculpted them, kind of made the little sculpted in those.
They're good, that, mate.
Yeah, thanks. And I sculpted in the scale texture on the back as well.
It's amazing.
Even little I put some webbing on the fingers.
Mm.
It's quite good, right?
Looks just like the actual ones. That.
No, these are the metal ones. Obviously, I couldn't possibly do it. I'll just make a big blob of green stuff.
Don't
and start sobbing.
Don't try and do it in like one hit. Get some armature and just start building it up, letting it dry, building it up, letting it dry, building it up, letting it dry. Don't try and do it in one.
I've obviously you hear people talking about it, and Dave Fredericks has written a load of great sculpting tutorials for us over the years for SPG. And the thing that him and Matt Davis always say is do that, like build a little bit and then build another layer on top of it and build another layer on top of it. Don't try and, it's hard to do. It's hard to kind of discipline yourself, but it's just it's a much better way of doing it, supposedly.
Yeah. Harry Parker says, managed to paint skin on a lot of Woses. Clearing the backlog, no goblins for me. Forgive me my sins. I will do them at some point, I'm sure, but I have 12 or so I did when I first got back into the hobby 3 years ago. You need way more than 12 goblins.
You need 57. It's the perfect amount.
And then Callum replying to Harry says, Woses are hell. I didn't enjoy painting Woses when I painted mine. Well, I started 15 near the start of lockdown, spent a few weeks on them, and I've now postponed my efforts. So much flesh, it wiped the joy of painting for me. I don't mind painting flesh, but I just didn't enjoy painting the Woses. I don't know why. I think it's because
all the flesh.
Woses are one of them. Like I'm not a massive fan of the models. There's nothing wrong with them. Like they're not like bad models. It's the aesthetic for me is a bit. I don't know. It doesn't fit well.
Well, we said before as well. There's certainly this isn't true for everyone, but there's the idea that people don't connect as much with things that weren't in the films. I think visually.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Andrew Penton says, Steve, jumped. Got some armatures coming next week, 4 to 6 inch in height. Going to be making some posher ones soon. Good man. Send me some pics when you do them. Chris says, Andrew's trees and tufts are great. Michael Lyon says, nice.
It's a bit of luck that there isn't like the other voice, is there? No one's going to go in there and go, I bought 400 trees from him and they were rubbish. Not really what we're about here, but fingers crossed.
Harry Parkle says, I'm a sadist. I love painting huge fleshy areas. I bet you do, Harry. And I've painted them in very dark skin tones, which I'm loving doing. See whip thread later. New daddy Ian Whitehouse is in. Welcome, Ian. He's just joining to say a quick hello to all. A quick hello back. Michael Lyon says, I need a box like that. I think it means your tree box.
Yeah, I've got 2 boxes like that of loose trees that we actually genuinely, I don't know if Andrew knows this, we call them the Pennington trees. So whenever we do a photo shoot for SPG, we have one of the last things we do is about a week before the photo shoot, me and Tom have about a 3-hour phone conversation where we go through everything we need to bring from our collections for every photo. And it's like As an Old Bazaar board, As an Old Bazaar cliffs, Damien's hills, stuff like that, and it says Pennington trees, and Pennington trees is like 2 boxes of trees that have to it's like calling an MP3 player an iPod. Like bringing trees is Pennington trees for us. Yeah,
Green Tree is liking. He says that's my kind of prize.
Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome.
Callum says I'm in love with them lore-wise. Woses, that is. But they really defeated me. Look forward to seeing yours. Don't see too many around the groups. It'll be good to have a look when they're finished. Michael Lyons says, nice work, Andrew. Andrew says, I'm single, no kids, and work 4 days a week. Hobby time is of a premium to me. Michael Lyons says, haha, can empathise there. And Mr. Marcel says, have a good night all. Tacos are back on the menu. I mean table on the table.
Enjoy, it's early for him. He's in Canada. Only like
Tom Glover. Of course it's Tom Glover. Tim
right,
Glover.
Yeah.
Michael Lyons says, Tom Bombadil. Michael Lyons says, I actually thought you sculpted that. He's very good at
sculpting.
lies. He's very good at lies.
Yeah, I'm very good at lying, but not very good at sculpting. It's tragic. Dreadful combination.
Andrew says, "Me too. I was on the way to clap for Damien at the front door." And Tim says to Gaz, "Yeah, can't wait to get back on it, but sadly, seems it will still be a while yet. I'm preparing a new army to take him on though." And Gaz says, "Yeah, it'll be nice to see you all again. Looks like next year. If say I will have a new army, but I've got no time for my own stuff." No, you haven't, Gaz. No, you haven't. And David says, "It's difficult for me to hear you say Pennington Trees and not suddenly have the Pottington Peas theme tune start to loop in my head, showing my age." And Stuart Mack has joined. It's a good thing about Facebook chat. It tells you who's joined. Big congratulations to Stuart for getting his fellowship in the Warhammer community article.
Very well deserved.
Great achievement, and they look great. So well done.
We were bigging up your river reviews before you joined.
Yeah.
How you bemoaned your either massive ferry or short river. Speaking of out of scale scenery, I don't want to draw attention to it, but you know, I'm not precious about this stuff. I'd prefer to have a laugh about it. There's some scenarios maybe coming up. I've made a kennel recently for the first time. I've made a wargaming kennel, and it has to have 3 entrances. Yes. And do what you want with that. And I built it out of balsa wood, and I was quite happy with it, and I'd spaced it out quite well. And it's got like a little removable roof and everything, so you can put the occupants inside. And I showed it to Emma, and Emma is always honest. And she went, "That's massive." You know, when you're like stuck in something for a while and you don't zoom out of it or whatever, you're just like that. She went, "That is massive." I went, "It's not massive." She went, "That's absolutely massive. Like, it looks like a stable." And I was like, "No, it's because it needs 3 of them." And then I held the dog up and I was like to the door and I was like, "See, it needs to fit him." And Emma, I mean, doesn't bother again. She went, "It's on a base." So you got an extra 10 mil from the base. And I looked at her and you start going, "That's pretty big, isn't it?" And I sort of zoomed out of it and I was like, "Yeah, that's a pretty big kennel." But I quite like it, but it's quite palatial. I think Farmer Bag looks after his dogs, you know.
Oh well, you never know. I'm just having a quick nose at the whip thread.
Very nice, very nice.
Do you wanna start making a list?
I'm checking it twice. I'll tell you what. Let me finish this color. I'll be there with you very soon.
It's all about you, isn't it?
Well, it's all about painting old models, Steve.
It's all about you. It's all right. I'll just look at Frederick's knoppers. They do look nice, knoppers. I've never had a knoppers.
Yeah, he's given them to us, hasn't he? I just forgot. Because we tend to like article and stuff. We often get given like international.
Caramel and marshmallow, is it, with wafer covered in chocolate?
I would honestly be lying if I told you I could remember it.
So it's got coconut in it.
I remember Andreas's chocolate. It's not Milka. It's called like Schmellenfold or something, but it's in a yellow wrapper, Norwegian chocolate, and that's really good.
It reminded me of Yorkie chocolate. That.
No bad thing to celebrate a Yorkie life.
Reminded me of Yorkie chocolate.
Thank you to everyone who's subscribing, by the way. That's obviously working. That we are getting some extra subscribers on Battle Streams Middle Earth tonight. So thanks, guys. We really appreciate that. It's super cool. Keep them coming, though, obviously.
So I've stripped my my cave troll. He's just taking a bath now in some plain water. Oh, splashing water everywhere. Oh, splashing it. There we go. So I'm going to dry him off.
People are replying we've got a little patron Facebook chat, and people are replying in that, thinking they're replying to this. You got patrons go, "Oh, for God's sake, I thought this was the
because it's Facebook,
the stream chat."
Yeah, it's because it's Facebook.
Right, I finished the color. I will bring up a little note, and we can start going. What the hell do we do on this? Because I don't know if it's a Zoom call. I presumably need another Facebook window now to Why have we gone black? Have we gone black?
No?
No? Maybe it's just my display or
Have we?
something. No, it's back now. Maybe it's
Well,
just
come
mine.
on.
I think we're right.
These cave troll models, man, they're just
They're good, aren't
freaking awesome.
they? Yeah, they stand up very well. Very well indeed. Oh, my internet is laggy at the moment.
Freaking awesome, man. So it's not just me then.
Well, I'm doing the streaming, aren't I? So that's
Everybody.
obviously what's doing it for me. I'll go onto my phone. So I've got the Yoldi 4G. All right, there's the Whitfred. Okay, I am with you.
Just 4G. Is it?
Yeah, I don't want to get involved in that 5G stuff. Whoa. Comes from aliens in space. Right, so what we're looking for? We're looking for Moria goblins, aren't we?
Yeah.
So as ever, Frederick Schultz has got a beautifully composed sweets and chocolate. Like it.
Mm-hmm. Loving it.
Loving it like that. And
You're worried that people don't get our references.
nah. Harry Parkill is just doing Moses, so nothing there. Fair enough. Looking good though. Matt's not painting goblins. Oh, Matt's not. So that's Jasper. That's cool. His cousin's doing it with him. So we'll put that in. I'm going to put Matt's not because it's his Facebook name, even if that's given that it's got. Is that a reference? I don't want to sound horribly offensive, but is that a reference to Noppers, or is that just a coincidence?
Could be.
Joe Holzman, Plastic Goblins. He's living his best life. Joe Holzman. Jasper not. No, there's three of them. Jasper is another one. So there's obviously a little watch party going on. Jasper, Matt's, and Jasper's at Nop. So I think that is their surname. Is that why Frederick always pushes it? Do you own Noppers? it's all a way to sell more chocolate. It's working. Of course, we haven't really talked about this. That inadvertently on the stream, we've pushed two products hard in the last 2 weeks, and they both sold out on the GW site. So we did the Watcher in the Water week, and then on Monday, no more Watcher in the Water. And last week we did Weathertop, no more Weathertops. So this week, of course, it's Moria Goblins, but sadly, Moria Goblins are already out of stock, so we can't sell them out.
Or did people buy them, preempting to need to paint them for this room?
Oh, me. So Callum Rutter, we're going to have to be harsh here.
Ooh.
Can you see it? Can you see what he's got?
Yeah.
Moria Goblin Shaman, Moria Goblin Captain, Durbers, and Moria Goblin Drummers. They're not warriors.
Oh.
We've got to. So you can hear it in Steve's voice. You can hear him cracking. It'd be an absolute pushover. Oh, Dad, please, just one more story. All right. I don't think we can. Steve?
We can, I think.
You think we can?
Yeah.
Can we?
Think we can. I think so. But the way I look at it is there a week in Battle Games in Middle-earth where we get any Goblin command?
We get Durbers, yeah. It's Durbers week.
We do, yeah.
I backfired on you, didn't I?
Oh, damn it. Man, I tried to help you there, pal.
You don't get Goblin Drum Week, though.
Mm.
The drummers are warriors.
Yeah, warriors. Got a warrior profile.
Yeah, go on then. You can have drummers.
I'd give it in.
We'll let it in. We'll let it in. We're nothing if not benevolent. I'd always rather let someone in and people think we're too soft than let someone not in and people think we're too harsh. It's just, for me, they're not the models that have been, they're quite good models you know you're going to paint. They're not abandoned models lurking at the back of your box. But who knows? You can have it. You're in. Stuart Mack, loads of eBay rescued Moria. Oh, he started on his Moria project. He's been talking about his Moria project for a while. Look at that. I mean, that just about counts. Have you seen his army?
Let's get it up now.
cheeky Freddos in the middle. That looks awesome, Stu. I think he said he's on one of I'm not sure if it was on the podcast or video, saying that basically because all the lack of tournaments has derailed his tournament plans, that he's gonna paint that lot up as one project to then play through the Quest of the Ring Bearer scenarios.
Yeah.
It was like I could suddenly just do that army where I wasn't planning on it. Yeah, you're absolutely in. Cheeky little brief oak at the back as well. He's filming unboxings, Stu. Lazy. Lazy. Completed it. Looking good though. Loved your the backdrops he did over the weekend as well.
Yeah, I had a look. I seen him and I thought, ooh. And I went on eBay, found them, and I was literally just about to pull the trigger and I thought, do I need these? And he was like, nope, I don't need them.
What is that in? Have you seen what's in the box that Stu's got? He's got like a barn. You seen that?
Let's have a look with a fur.
Wonder if it's his prancing pony. Oh god, yeah, look look at that. Yeah. The Moria army's been entirely displaced and replaced by a building. But yeah, I wonder if he's using that as a prancing pony, possibly. What's it for, Stu? Marty Race, Morannons. I can't see any goblins in there, so lovely to see Marty, but we won't be joining us. Simon's working on movement trays for a Goblin Town army. Pretty cool. Alistair couldn't make the stream in the end. Basing for the models I want to paint wasn't dry yet, and I got distracted by bigger terrain projects. He's building a staircase. That's a good looking staircase. Steve, SC Home Improvements. How would that?
Yeah, solid. Nice work.
Is that a pay peanuts get monkeys?
No, decent miters on there. Yeah, nice bit of scribing around the post like that. Yeah.
Scribe it. What's scribing?
It's cutting the timbers so they put up nice and flush.
And the miters, of course, will be the angles, I presume.
Yeah.
The way the diagonal cuts line up.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I've got to be picky.
Oh, there it comes.
What kidding.
It's just down it's at the bottom of that post, isn't it? Is that a gap? You want to get some green stuff in that, I reckon.
Liquid green stuff.
Just stack a bunch of liquid green stuff pots. And that'll do the job.
That's solid.
See, look, now this is what you've done. We've now got Aaron, who's got 2 Moria Goblin captains. But they're not warriors. We're letting Callum in because the drummers, right? Warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise, if you let captains in, you've got to let shamers in. If you've got the shamers in, you've got to let dervers in. If you let dervers in, you've got to let dragons in. No, it's got to be a warrior.
Before you know it, Thorin's in there.
Yeah. Smells. Tom Macklin is painting his Wild Chieftain, one of the runner-up in Middle Earth's most underrated model contest, of course.
A great model. Love that model.
Oh, check out Robert Myhawk he's got a little diorama with a cheeky little goblin on it. I love that.
What? Oh yeah.
It's very nice, very nice.
Ashley Fisher's in.
Cool. Looking good. Yeah. Oh, I see. I thought you meant you just joined the chat. Fisher. He doesn't have them in a cupboard, but they arrived in the post today. How cool is that? What are the odds?
Good timing.
Actually, after 20 years of these being around, someone's actually bought them. That was what we saw someone put a thread up. Is it Kieran? Someone? I can't remember. He put a thread up on Tuesday saying, "I need some inspiration for painting Moria goblins," and we were like, "What?" I mean, pop in on Friday. That's the place to do it. Did I put Ashley in? I did.
Ashley's in. Nathan says, "No work for me tonight, sadly, but I did go to his local gaming store for some paints. What kind of idiot runs out of 3 of his most used paints without realizing?"
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
I always try and top my orders up now with paints that the big regulars are the one I can't live without even if I don't need them. I tend to.
I have this weird thing that I start to like panic if I've always got to have a full spare Null and Agrax full. and if I don't have them spare, I start to think, oh my God, I'm going to run out, even though a pot of it lasts for 12 months.
Cracked into the Pepsi, which also means the Lindor balls are fair game. Have you had these? The mint ones?
Yeah,
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Strawberries and cream, mate. Try them out.
I'm still not sure I've recovered from the strawberries and cream in this. You get 2 of them as well.
Yeah, don't eat the
Post it to you
second
if you
one,
want.
mate. No, give it. No, I was going to say give it. Don't give it to anyone. Throw it in the bin. Lewis Cairns has painted up his Aomer. Looks pretty awesome, my friend.
Right,
Greg is painting Elrond and Legolas. Very cool.
Supposedly, one of the hardest models in the range to clean up.
Which?
The mounted Elrond. Because of like flash and stuff.
Mm.
I heard horror stories about it.
Yeah, I've painted mine. I don't remember thinking it was any worse than any others. Jens Elmos is painting. I'm just getting. Can you hear my Facebook notifications, by the way? Or is that all right?
Not Reese. Yeah, oh yeah, I just heard that.
Oh, did you?
I just heard a bong.
Yeah, I'll turn that off then.
I think it's Stuart Mack, because I'm getting notifications. Stuart Mack is sending pictures on the Patreon thread right now. I think I can hear Stuart Mack sending you messages across the interwebs.
Stu,
stop sending messages. It's annoying me.
Iron Hills Crossbowman. Max Bolter Drill is painting Gimli. You're a week too early, my friend. Possibly.
Spoilers.
Possibly a few more weeks. Who knows?
Hang on, what's happened? So I think something's jumped here for me.
Josh Crosby is painting Moria Goblins.
Right, hang on. After Jens Elmos, was there anyone painting goblins? Because I couldn't see anyone before Josh Crosby.
No.
Okay, so Josh Crosby's in.
Yeah. Craig Bryan is working on Riders of Rohan. And Rich Anderson is painting up his Briefolk. Let's have a look at these. Oh, yes, that's nice. I like that.
Oh, it'd be so good to be working on the day. That's looking awesome. Face is great, man.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
You're really good.
Good work.
Very cool. Great. It's a great feeling, isn't it, on those rare occasions where you get the model and on the same day you get it, you start working on it.
Yeah. And Tim Alec is working on some Wildman.
So perhaps unsurprisingly, it doesn't look like we're pushing a record tonight. We've got about 9 or 10 in the competition, but obviously good chances of winning if you are in. If you haven't done yet and you want to fancy chucking some paint on Moria Goblins or getting them assembled, do let us know. But yeah.
Sorry, I was just reading the
Stu's pictures in the Patreon. Yeah. So there we go. That's everyone up to date. But you still have. We normally call like time at 11:30 or midnight for the work in progress thing. So
yeah,
you've still got 40 minutes to go and grab some of those old Moria Goblins. We should have a look through the magazine.
Yeah, let's
do you want to catch up with chat beforehand?
Let's do the magazine first,
right.
And then it'll give us a bit of chat to go at.
Sure. So we are, as discussed before, we're on issue 20.
I may as well get mine out, won't I?
Yeah, now you've got them, right? I can't believe it. Have you read it?
Yeah.
It's episode 22 for various exciting reasons to do with specials and all that sort of stuff. But who cares? So yeah, this is the second week in the Moria campaign. So the first week was our, I think, episode 20, where we had the Watcher in the Water. I think it was that one. And there's 4 issues which are like a linked campaign in here. So you get your normal Minds of Moria bump telling you all about them, and get some kind of funky prosthetics, but I think looking a bit ropey potentially for those. I don't know. Maybe it's just the unfair photography, the Platinum photography. Who knows?
What I don't like on that image is, well, it's not I don't like it. I like the fact that he's got a pierced. He's got them 2 piercings either side of his chin, and they've done it to try and make it look like the weight of the rings is pulling the skin down, but they're not dropping down like gravity would have them. They're sort of sticking out sideways. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, when I used to have those piercings in there, they'd always hang straight down.
Yeah.
This is also the second we've returned to Moria, so they actually make a point. Do they mention it here? Yeah. So in our painting workshop, we reinforce your Moria goblins and show you some simple techniques to bring your first figures you painted up to the same standards. This is issue 20. It was fortnightly, so that's 10 months. So this is kind of like 10 months after your first ones. You got this, something like that. And we get into the forces of Moria, which is the army list section for Moria, which is of course a very less exhaustive thing that is. So in this, Moria goblins jumping joblins. Their jumping and climbing test in ye olde rules. No dice roll is required when a goblin is attempting to jump or gap or obstacle. The jump is made as if a 6 had been rolled on the jump chart. That's amazing.
There you go.
Automatically, they're just completely unhindered by any form of rocky or jumpy terrain, which is cool.
If you look in the movies though, like they just like
they scuttle, don't they?
Traverse the columns like they're not, no problem. Good
scuttlers. And we get into Moria Goblin Captains with that kind of cool model. Have you got him? Is he unreleased, or is he the guy with the bow?
Yeah, it's cool. We don't see much of that.
And the Moria Goblin Warrior, 4 points. Plus spear, bow, or shield, which is the same as it's ever been. Check out that fight value.
Fight 3.
Fight 3. Is that a typo? Because the captain's only fight 3. To the old books.
Yeah, that's odd. I think that might be a typo. Fight 3. 2 attacks. What we thinking?
All right, I'm going to take a punt. I think it's a typo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't think goblins were fight 3 even back in today.
No, I don't.
Goblin Captain, fight 3. Goblin Warrior, fight 2.
Yeah.
Fellowship Book, fight 2.
Yeah.
And then I can't. I mean, this could be two. This is definitely Two Towers era. Moria Goblin fight 2. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And I think they're not in Return of the King, because didn't Return of the King? Oh no, they are fight 2. And I'm sure by the good old blue rule book, simpler times. 2. Must be fight 2, I reckon, in here. God, I love this book so much. It smells like the past. I love it. Yeah, fight 2. So it must presume a typo rather than a deliberate change for battle games. But yeah, fight 3 goblins. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So the exhaustive army list is Moria Goblin Warriors, Moria Goblin Captains, Cave Trolls, and the Balrog. But my God, these monsters. So the Cave Troll is pretty similar. I think fight 6, strength 6, defense 6, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, and courage 3. He can also have a troll chain for 5 points. If he wins a fight, he can use his chain to lash out. This is worked out before rolling to see if the troll's attack score wounds. Roll a dice. If the score is greater than the target's fight value or is a 6, the troll has lashed his enemy, and all of the troll's attacks are then worked out, and the lash is counted as an extra attack. But every time a troll wins a fight, you roll a dice. If it's higher than the fight value, you get an extra strike against them. That's amazing.
That's insane.
It's a great rule. Obviously, there's a limited chance if you're fighting like a fight 6 hero, you've got to get a 6. There's 1 in 6 chance.
Yeah.
But 1 in 6 chance of another strength 6 hit. And they're pretty good. So 70 points as well.
Yeah.
Tasty little rule. Tasty. Tasty, precious.
It's nice.
Do you want to do the Balrog?
I mean, 500 points, man.
500 points. That's so many 100 points.
It always. I just think that someone like
points.
said, right, we've got to give like the profile, but there's a few tens in it. 500 points, mate.
500 points, I reckon. Because wasn't he historically the one it was settled on was 400, right?
Yeah.
The profile that people thought wasn't worth it for years, I'm sure was 400 points.
500
Yeah, classic
points.
Balrog from Blue Rulebook era. So this is 2005 till at least 2012. Was 400 points.
Yeah. So in this, he's as his stats changed at all. So it's fight 10, strength 8.
Yeah, it's pretty
defense
similar.
10, 4 attacks, 10 wounds, courage 7.
Yeah, he's got all those rancid 10s that he traditionally had.
Yeah, no might, no fate. The will is a magical creature and is able to shrug off the effects of all but most potent sorcery. Instead of expending will to resist magical attacks, the Balrog always resists magic with the same number of dice as it has remaining wounds. So potentially you could be rolling 10 dice to resist. 10 dice.
Gandalf, 1 dice, immobilized. I got a 4. Right, 10 dice. I resisted that, I'm afraid, Gandalf. I mean, that is what?
Yeah.
That is absurd.
I mean, the only thing that you can think is at the stage that they thought up this profile, he was the big bad one.
Yeah.
At that time, he was the guy. Like he was the end of game baddie.
I mean, that rule is just absurd.
Yeah.
You're never ever casting a spell at him.
No.
Like, ever.
May as well say he's immune. He's immune to
magic,
spells.
He's immune. Don't worry
about
it.
He's immune to spells till you get him down to 4 wounds.
That's in the 2 towers. Because I'm sure they've got rid of it by here. Maybe that's what cost 100 points. Maybe right, you're 100 points cheaper, but you don't get that.
I mean, to be fair, that's worth it. That's worth it.
Because I think it's quite a cool rule. Like a 3 wound hero. You know, a 3 wound hero would probably have 3 will, and the idea that you get the same amount of will as wounds is quite funky.
Yeah.
But I don't think so when you've got 10 wounds.
No.
Lost my Moria section now. Yeah, he hasn't got it in here, so he's 400 points cheaper, and he's lost that ridiculous rule.
So he's also got the lash. The Balrog has 4 attacks, one of which is the special lash attack, made with a magical fiery whip. When rolling to strike, use a different colour dice to represent the lash. If the roll for the last strike is sufficient to cause a wound, the enemy is momentarily entangled in the whip. This entitles the Balrog to make a further 2 strikes against the entangled model with its fiery blade. That means that the Balrog can sometimes make 6 strikes if it wins the fight. 4 strikes plus a further 2 strikes against an entangled enemy at strength 8.
He only has to wound. So it's just one of his dice is a strength 8, and if that one wounds, you get another 2 strength 8 hits. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's terrible. Causes terror, and then Goblin Mastery. Moria Goblins are far more frightened of the Balrog than any enemy. If the Balrog is in the game, Moria Goblins will automatically pass any courage test they would normally be required to take. For example, this applies to the courage test made if Boromir blows his horn.
See, it's good and everything, but he still wouldn't do much for you because he didn't have any might. He didn't have any dynamic ability. And in that version, of course, monsters don't even have brutal power attack. So it was just the oldie feed him an elf every single turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not casting a spell on him. Are you?
That's grim.
So then we move into Lost in the Dark.
Lost in the Dark.
Which is what it looks at what would have happened if Gandalf had chosen the wrong passage in Moria. Instead of discovering the great halls of Dwaradoth, the heroes find themselves in abandoned mineworks and they're attacked by loads of goblins, which is super cool. They have the Fellowship against Moria goblins, and you get this board.
Yeah.
And this, for me, is we've had signs, I think, in the last couple, but this is where Battle Games of Middle-earth really starts to come into its own.
Yeah. Because
suddenly we've been, I think, affectionately, but relatively harsh on some of the scenery, in the first 10 episodes, whatever. But that's just a cracking board now, right? They suddenly, over the course of about 5 issues, they jump from cut a tissue box in half and spray it green. Look, it's a wood. To now you can make fantastic custom tables. And I think that looks awesome.
Yeah, it does look cool.
And of course, as we'll discover, they show you how to build that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically just that the fellowship start in the middle of the board, and there's about 24 goblins, and they all get split up into each corner, and the fellowship has to escape off one of the corners.
Yeah.
Be good fun, I think. It's a nice idea.
Yeah, it's cool.
You have to do a spotting roll if you want to shoot because of the long dark of Moria. You have to roll a 4+ first.
The long dark.
But it also gives Gandalf's what was then called cast light another range, because he can use it to illuminate kind of targets essentially, which is quite funky. Yeah. And then special for Larry Miller. I don't know if is Larry in. Is Larry in the Facebook chat? I'm not sure.
I'm not seeing him tonight.
Look at this. Alternative approaches in the narrative campaign. Alternative approaches are a classic of Battle Games of Middle Earth. You don't read it. So this is then basically saying how you can link your games together. If you want to play through our series of Moria scenarios, take a look at Last Pact playing the game. So because of the battle with the Watch in the Water, the heroes all have one less might point, that sort of thing, which is all very cool. Yeah. Very, very topical to our Crystal Ringborough.
Yeah. And then we move on to your Moria goblins and painting them. It's showing you better ways of painting than it did before, with the armor and stuff.
It's cool that's where you were. That's issue 1. That's what you could do in issue 1 if you've never painted before, essentially.
Yeah.
And then they're saying 20 issues later, you should be able to get into that level, which I think is really good progress, right?
Yeah.
I quite like that idea where they say, like, it's not just about painting the new ones, it's about now you've got those old ones. They don't say repaint them. They say this is how you turn those paint jobs into these, which is cool.
Yeah.
And of course, as I think we stumbled across for the first time in the last issue, they're now using the Citadel paints.
Yes. Yeah, talk about the inks, don't
they? Yeah, talking about using inks, and they're now telling you to go to Games Workshop and buy those paints as opposed to just using the red acrylic paints.
Yeah.
But they're cool. They're cool little goblins. He's got to be, he must be one of the most iconic characters to appear in Lord of the Rings but never appear in the films. He's the one that he's on the front cover of the Fallen Realms book, and he's the one that, no, the Moria and Angmar book. So, it's that shot of them running up, chasing them into Lothlorien.
Yeah.
It was then never in the films.
That was never to be.
In loads of promo shots. And then, we get into the Dwarven Mines. Someone, Michael Lyons, was asking about foam. They recommend, I think that's just normal polystyrene.
Yeah, just normal polystyrene, yeah.
But using a hot wire cutter and a scythe through that. And it's really cool. It's just big sheets of polystyrene. How do you make a Moria board? You turn your green board over and you paint it grey. That's the mind blown moment. I like that. Having said that, it's unnecessarily expensive to go out and buy a new board. Yes, Steve, don't make a new board. Just paint the bottom of your other one. Paint the bottom of your Brie board to look like the Dead Marshes, and you're laughing. And then you do lots of those. You do lots of little chunks on top of each other, and you get something like that. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
What do you? This is Steve Crow's section. What do you think?
Yeah, it's effective. Does what it says on the tin. You can't knock it. It looks cool. It just shows you, doesn't it, what you can do. You don't have to go crazy. You can do some nice, simple techniques and still end up with something that looks good on the table and is great to play on. That's just normal polystyrene. I mean, it's not going to be very hard wearing, but for a board to have at home, bits of terrain to have at home and get out once in a while, it's fine.
It's what all my teenage stuff was. All my teenage Warhammer ruins were packing polystyrene covered in textured paint. That was it. And at the time I was like, this is great, brilliant.
Yeah.
I just think you could go back to, like, I'm not sure, at least issue 13, 12, and that's a hell of a jump in quality.
Yeah.
And then particularly when we look at the next pages, which are just
detailing now, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think at this point that would be as good as you'd want to make. Like, they've now got little tutorials for making that, and Yeah, if you want a little balsa wood bridge with a balsa wood ladder, I can't imagine you making a better one than that. Really, you know, it's like
No.
it's pretty awesome. They suddenly, jumped. Really, really ups their game, I think.
Yeah.
And so we get.
I mean, these are all great tutorials.
Yeah.
They're all great tutorials, and you flick through the next couple of pages, and see what you can do. You got stairs, you got a crane, minecart. You look at that and you think that is, the first time you see it, when you're not used to seeing gaming boards with like detailed bits on them.
What's the stuff in the cart? I remember reading it when I read it and thinking, oh, that's a funny idea. Isn't it? It's something unusual, isn't it? I seem to remember.
So that's balsa wood box with slightly slides. The hollow side is filled halfway up with a piece of. It's just the polystyrene balls from polystyrene.
Polystyrene balls
with sand. Yeah.
And then you can if you do all that fairly simply, you get that board, which is absolutely kick-ass.
Yeah, it's cool.
Right.
It makes it achievable.
Yeah.
Because if you just seen that picture of the finished board, you think I could never do that. If you've never done terrain before, I can do that. I can't do that. Then all of a sudden, 4 or 5 steps, and you've got it. You've done it.
I think this is the point now where you start getting to the real value. I said that certainly issue 19, the Watcher on the Wall one, was my favourite one so far, and I thought anyone could read that now and really get a lot out of it. It's not quite the same as this because you get the Moria section, which is all outdated, but I think this is genuinely the point onwards where any one of us would get value out of it, particularly for the scenery.
If that magazine was out tomorrow, I'd buy it.
Yeah. But I've been using it because part of my whole thing is I'm doing like I did that Watcher board. I'm doing the scenery pretty much in like this. Yeah. I'm not going too far. I'm trying to make it a little better at places. But I've done some scourer hedges. The proper green scourer folded over, and I'm using a Luke's APS video to kind of improve them, and as well as doing those gorse bush ones. But I gave that a go. I've never done them in my life, but I thought, why not? Every war game has got to make scourer hedges at some point.
Yeah.
And the field I've done for Farmer Maggot is that follows a scenario, follows a tutorial in one of them in the penultimate issue. Actually, in issue 90, they do a thing for like ploughed fields, and I use that. So they're great. They're really, really good reference material, and they've done pretty much everything. If you go, there's 90 issues of them, and if you need inspiration, there's so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
The only thing I was really sort of surprised and in a way disappointed by was there's no I don't think there's any dead marshes. There's no like dead marsh scenery in any of them, as far as I could see. But yeah, there we go. That's issue 20. Moria.
Solid issue.
Solid issue. Good issue. No issue 19, but then what is?
Oh.
Do you want to jump in Chatland? See how?
I'll jump in the chat. Let's have a look. Green Tree is singing Poddington Peas down at the bottom of the garden amongst the birds and the bees. Michael Haskell referenced SBG Mag photo shoot prep. Remember the inquiry a few days before I joined, one asking if I had Goblin Town goblins, 3 trolls. I'm sure there was more on the list. My mind boggled quite what the battle report was going to cover. Oh, right. Okay, I get what he means now. So this was pre-SBG Mag.
Yeah.
Meet up. Yeah. Photo shoot.
We suddenly realised we needed a lot of Goblin Town. We didn't have any Goblin Town.
Joe Holzman says that's exactly what I heard too, to David. Richard Anderson, Damien, I done the same with my kennel this week. Looked like a hobbit house. Ended up pulling it apart and recutting it smaller. It's made of plastic card.
I'm sure that would be the right thing to do. How can I phrase this?
Excuse me.
We didn't have time to pull it apart.
Yeah.
I do now. The more I stare at it, the more I think I really want to rebuild it. It's quite large.
Andrew Pennant says, Steve, are you wearing pants? As I swear I just caught a flash of hairy flesh. No, mate, I never wear pants on the stream. Never. It's like a thing. And you win a prize depending on how much you see. Yeah.
Prizes like counselling.
What do points make prizes? Ashley Fisher says, just open my new corn red too vigorously. Oh, too vigorously. I accidentally shoved my thumb in the lid and then somehow managed to immediately pull it out on my face. I'll let myself out.
Good one, Ashley.
I tend to, you know, like, do you ever have them moments where just as you're about to do something, there's a little part of your brain that says, don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
don't do that.
That's what stops you jumping off the top floor of like shopping centres and stuff, isn't it? It's the, you know, that bit of you goes, jump. No, don't jump.
But you know, like when you get like paint build up in your lids, I sort of turn the lid inside out and it gets it out that easy, but it's quite awkward because you've got to hold the pot because it's still got paint in it upright, and then like I've got quite big thumbs, so it's like trying to turn the lid inside out.
You can turn that inside out.
Yeah. Do it now live.
What, with a pot of Agrax Earthshade?
Oh, not with Agrax Earthshade.
Absolutely not.
No chance.
Kablam.
No chance. But when you turn it inside out, that whole ring of paint that's gunked up.
Yeah. That's a great tip.
But when you're doing it, yeah, there's been a few times where I've just gone, oh, I slipped, and there's paint everywhere. Where are we? Michael says, so how do I win these awesome trees? It wasn't the trees that you can win, it was the tufts.
You can win. And
you can win them by watching future videos where the products will feature in. Do you want to say more? I don't want to put my foot in it. I always put my foot in it.
Oh, I appreciate it. So you're learning. It's good. It's development. No, it's not really a secret, but Andrew said give them away on one of your videos, and there's not particularly a stream because we're in Moria for the foreseeable. There's not particularly a stream with them on, you know, with like grassy fields or whatever. Yeah. And so what I thought we'd do, given that his stuff is going to feature so heavily in the first scenario for Fantasy Fellowship, I thought we'd probably give them away on that video. It's not set in stone by any means, it certainly won't be a patron only thing. It'll be anyone who watches. So it might be like a comment, you know, one of those sort of comment on the video, and if you guess the Fantasy Fellowship member or something like that, you know, anyone who has a punt will be put into a draw and we'll go from there or something. Yeah, Andrew just kindly offered to give a little something back. Well, I say give a little something back. It's not like he's taken a lot, but you know, just give them to us. I think he enjoys the channel and stuff. And
it's cool. Very nice thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frederick says Nop is just their family name, pronounced Nop.
I love that so much.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I assume I am.
It's definitely Knoppers, and Knoppers is Knopp, isn't it? So
yeah, but it's pronounced Knop. Is that not still
Knop? Knop. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I reckon. So is it Knoppers then?
Knoppers. No, Knoppers is just a random chocolate thing, not related to their name.
No, I know that. I'm saying, is it pronounced Knoppers?
Joe says, you know what you're going to have to do then, guys? Push the Balrog tonight. The Balrog. The Balrog's a great model. The Balrog. You got a Balrog, Damien? You got a Balrog?
Do you know what? I don't have a Balrog.
I've got 2 Balrogs.
All right, braggy.
I'm seeing if both I showed you one the other night when we were chatting.
Oh, is this going to be the first time ever in your new layout you're going to go and get something?
Well, I'm trying to see if the other one is on my shelf, but I can't see the other one. Where is the other one then? It's not on my shelf. It might be at the studio. Shall I get my metal one?
Yeah, if you want.
So watch this. Watch how easy this is now because of my new setup. You watching? Watch.
Yeah. He will never come back. He doesn't know where the Balrog is. Doesn't know what he's doing. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He's never returned before. All the time he's done that in the past, he's never once come back.
So yeah, this is one of my old metal Balrogs. He's not finished yet. He needs more black
and more wings.
Yeah,
it's cool, man.
Good, right?
But it's plastic.
like it.
We were having this discussion the other night, weren't we? It's plastic wings, isn't it?
Plastic wings, yeah. Plastique. But I've got a plastic one that's painted like the more traditional way. But I think he's at the studio.
I'll tell you
model.
what, you know when they
go and buy it now. Let's sell them out. Go and buy it.
Wait. He's 2 issues time. There's a Balrog issue.
Oh. Let's do it.
So I think let's not give Sophie a heart attack. She'll have a month to kind of get her ducks in a row. there is a Balrog issue. It's the climax of the Moria campaign. Is the Rigid Khazad Doom. So I think that's obviously the one where we try and push the Balrog. But I don't have one, so I might buy one.
Yeah, buy one.
I think I was saying to you that when I counted up on my Moria army, it was about 800 points, but I needed like 18 more hero slots. 18 more warrior slots. I was like, the Balrog could lead 18.
Callum Rutter says this is an outrage.
That must be about when we were debating whether he would get in or not, because that's drama. He's going to come around though, because we let him in.
Yeah. Murphy says, I asked about drums and got told no last week.
Oh, you see, this is it.
Yeah. Joe says, once you've painted all those goblins, got to have a Balrog to lead them. Callum says, thanks, lads. In on a technicality.
That's the VAR of battle streams right there.
Yeah. Murphy says, I've wasted my night building dwarves and goats. Great models, though.
He could have painted a drum.
You still can. You've got about 10 minutes. You've got about 10 minutes, Chris. Dave says that's because you're Scottish, Chris. One rule for us. Well, you guys don't play by the rules, so just saying. Frederick says matters is pronounced mutters. By the way, matters.
That's
his cousin's name.
Yeah,
that's cousin name. Mutters. Callum Rutter says, all my Goblin Warriors are painted. I did them when I was 12. And on the Patreon chat, Damon explicitly told me not to strip them.
I did say that.
Ooh.
What does that mean? Why am I in trouble?
Because he only painted heroes, didn't he?
Oh, what? Because I stopped him painting.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. Callum Rutter.
Oh yeah, but he's in. Callum Rutter's in.
You're in, Callum. You're in.
He's in for drama. It's fine.
Tim says, I bought those backdrops. They arrived today with a couple of laughing emojis. You fell for it, Tim. You fell for it.
Backdrops.
Yeah. And Stu says, prancing
pony. Yeah, I said what backdrops?
The backdrops that Stu had up.
Oh, what? He's bought the same ones?
The ones you brought up.
Oh, no. I forgot that we've had like the magazine chat, so the chat's like 45 minutes ago. The problem.
Green Tree says, leave the Belvita in the room. It will act as a dehumidifier. Sucking all the moisture out the air. Carl says, evening, just put this on in the car on the way home. Welcome, Carl. Good to have you. And Larry says, made it on, but not posted in the thread yet.
There you
go.
Larry, did your bills arrive?
He says, did I miss the Belvita? Yeah, you missed the Belvita.
No, there's another one.
Damien couldn't speak for about half an hour after. Why are they so dry? If you made something like that, surely like the testers said, it's a bit dry.
It's dry. It's too dry.
It's dry, guys. That's the drawing board.
Too dry.
And Larry says, whoa, Steve has the magazine. I have all the magazines.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a huge twist. We're on Facebook. Steve's got the magazines. I don't even know where I am
anymore. Harry says, I've forgotten that you guys look through the magazine. And Larry says, just getting some paint on my Moria Joblins. There you
go. Fred.
Don't you mean one more Moria Goblin without stuff points? Yes, that's how we used to.
Yeah, good old days.
In the days when we couldn't give points out. Yeah. No one cares now. It's just like Mad Max, isn't it? John Kennelly, evening gents. Love all the original Lord of the Rings materials since the new book. Returning to Moria Goblins myself. To get all those green gits painted to join my cave troll. and the Made to Order Goblins released a while back. Welcome, John. Good to have you. We are normally on YouTube, John, just so that you know if you're unaware, but we had some technical difficulty with our Tinterweb connections tonight, so we are streaming over on YouTube.
I'm really pleased this one saved it though, because do you remember the last, was it 3 weeks ago, the last time YouTube went wrong? The only other time it went wrong actually, and we tried this and this didn't work because it was, I think
it's the same problem.
We think
no,
it might have
was
been your internet, wasn't it?
Yeah,
on that
that's
day.
what I think. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's good. It's really good to know that whilst this isn't ideal, we can make this work as and when Steve's internet cacks out, we can go down this route.
From the 28th onward, I think we're going to be golden. I don't think we'll have to mess about anymore. I think it'll all be sorted.
It's the dream.
That's what I'm paying for anyway, so it better be. Stephen Spark says, headed home from work. See everyone in the next stream. Take care, Stephen. Safe journey. And Andrew says, time for bed. Start of 5 days, getting up at 4:15 a.m. to work.
That's unenjoyable.
It's grim. Great stream as per usual, chaps. Take care all. Good night.
Thanks,
Good night, man.
Glad we could salvage it.
And Dave says, in the original Fellowship edition, the Balrog was the same profile as that magazine, but only 250 points. That for 250 points.
What? I just looked it
in
up.
The original Fellowship edition. Sure, you just checked that and it was 400.
Oh, hang on. I don't think he's in here. I think, is he the one who wasn't in here? I think he was released for like White Dwarf or something. He's like Sauron. Sauron's not in the book.
Right, okay.
So it must be, yeah, so that's why I didn't see him. It must be the, it must have been like I remember Sauron's profile was definitely released in White Dwarf. Yeah, the Balrog's not in there.
He rushed him out with at 250 points, played a couple of games, and I thought, oops.
Probably not 250 points. Just double it.
It's at least double that.
Double it.
Keith Robertson's in. How you doing, Keith?
Hey,
he says,
Keith,
nerds. He shouts nerds in capitals. And
you can talk, you nerd. Should we, without being too sycophantic, should we just give a word of applause for the man who sculpted all the Brie models on, given that it is Brie Day?
Fantastic work.
Incredible stuff. But me and Steve haven't got ours, Keith. So what's that about? Where's?
No. I thought we'd have been like first off with the production.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
particularly given that Steve hasn't shut up about Brie folk for the last 18 months.
You got Stu there doing unboxings and.
What's your favourite of the three?
Ooh.
Model-wise.
Ballerman. Yeah, Ballerman.
I really like Harry, you know. I've got a soft spot for that.
I like Harry. Yeah, I do like Harry. Ballerman. I just think,
I think Harry's got a cool kind of fantasy Lord of the Ringsy pose, and I'll say Ballerman's not, but it's like Ballerman's a landlord, whereas I quite like Harry kind of holding the lantern up and looking out into this kind of dark, miserable, rainy world. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's good fun.
Yeah, they're all good. They're all good. Larry says, "Do you play on a hill?" And Ian Whitehouse has joined again. He must have left us and come back. Welcome back. Chris says, "Good night, gentlemen." Night, Chris.
Night, Chris.
Good one. Which do you want to put? It's worse than YouTube. This chat, the way it jumps.
I just noticed. I wouldn't ever like go back and check, but on mine I saw Mark Greentree said, "Have I made a start on the Stoic Arms?" And that was a while back. So I don't know if that means you've missed some or they come later for me or something. But there's definitely something going on with it.
Yeah.
So guys, if we do miss your comment on here because we are new to this stuff, just stick it in again.
Yeah, just repost it.
But no, I haven't made a start on the Stoic Arms. The Stoic Arms was what we're calling the next block of shooting. It wasn't involved in the first block of shooting, so it was deprioritized. But it is now. Brie is top of the list of things I need. So.
Yeah, bridge.
I'm quite looking forward to it.
On the subject of Brie, Ozzy Hurst says, "Thanks, gents, just prepping these personalities of Brie for spraying tomorrow."
Cool.
And Frederick says, "Yes, it's pronounced
Knoppers. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. K is not silent. Knoppers.
Ah, so we've just been saying it wrong for 22 episodes, and he's been politely sitting there shaking his head at us. Knoppers.
Ashley Fisher says Balrog, alas, out of stock at GW.
Is it?
It's
We'll
becoming
take
a
that.
trend,
We did
mate.
that. We take
It's
that.
becoming a trend. It's becoming a trend. We'll have it. Yeah, we'll own that.
We'll own it.
Richard Anderson says, "Are we doing a Balrog painting challenge? I started mine this week, and I'm happy to wait. Hateful model to paint.
It's a bit hard to do as a stream, but I can't think. Let me have a look. He must be the model we'd do that week, right? I mean, I won't be doing it.
Well,
'cause I
what
haven't got
comes
it.
in? What comes in that magazine that week? Then is it more?
Oh,
paint?
of course, yeah. Oh, do you know what? You're going to like this. I think it's going to work. It's scenery. The Balrog issue comes with the
Dwarven scenery.
the Middle Earth ruins.
Yeah.
I think maybe we could have like a scenery or a Balrog week.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Or we could just have a Balrog week. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Balrog will definitely be allowed in that week. We'll just have to have a chat about whether or not anything else is allowed.
Yeah. Larry Miller says, I won on the occasions I took filth.
Balrog.
I won on one of the occasions I took filth.
He's saying he won a Balrog at a tournament.
Did you? Oh, there you go. Well done.
Was that when you took your all hero with an eagle at Darksphere, Larry? Because I have a funny feeling at a Darksphere event there was a Balrog as a prize that I was like, it was like second place prize, and I was like, oh, I'd rather have that than like win.
Yeah.
And I think I got fourth or something, and narrowly missed out. You might be talking about that. Maybe Larry Miller's got my Balrog.
Carl says, you know that you have mentioned the Balrog, it will be sold out and Sophie will hate you. Too late. Sold out, mate.
We sold out, but I don't think it was our fault.
Frederick says, Steve pronounced Mates correctly, then mispronounced the way you would spell the pronunciation in English spelling. Yeah, don't ask me to pronounce anything.
All right, anything.
Yeah. Right, straight up.
Yeah, but we've had to have words about putting hyphens in Middle Earth.
Dwelling Grudgebane says, basing Azog's Hunters, hopefully get my moonlit scheme tested on these soon. Yeah, that'll look cool.
Awesome.
Awesome. Picking whip, so we can have a look in a minute. Larry says mine is Bill. That'll be his favourite.
I can't believe it. I shan't believe it.
And Harry Parkhill says thanks, guys, and puts a hugs emoji.
Any reason?
We must have.
Did we say something nice about Harry?
We must have. Well, there's only nice things you can say about Harry, isn't there? Harry has the same pose as the original Galadriel, says Larry. Is that the palm up?
Yeah, with added lantern.
Dave says, just recheck the old archives, but yes, it was the 2000 edition where he first came out at 250 points. Indeed.
What? Hang on, didn't I check that one as well?
Not for a Balrog. You checking the price of goblins.
I said goblins on today. Oh, it's just terrible. It's just dreadful.
Not the price of
goblins. He is. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. You know what I did? I looked at this and saw, because I checked this. I knew I'd looked at it in this book. I checked it for the will rule. I saw it's still there, but I didn't look at the points. Yeah, so he's exactly the same there, but it costs 250 points.
That's insane.
Madness.
He'd be in every Moria list in this day and age.
Yeah, but again, in those old days, it'd still be rubbish.
Yeah.
Just chuck one of your worst models into him and go, sit there, love, will
you?
You mustn't ever underestimate what Brutal Bower Attacks did for the game.
No.
In terms of bringing monsters back into it in the Hobbit edition.
Yeah. Dwelling Grungebanes, we've done that one, have I? I'm not repeating my Balrog again for the fourth time. Do it. Larry says Damien's Bane. It's the light of Bree, our most beloved town. May it be the light for you in the dark gateways when all other lights go out. And then John Kelly says, yes, do the terrain that week as I have a ton of it.
Oh, that'll be quite fun.
Yeah, and we are caught up on the chat. I'm going to jump back in now if I can and see who else is in. How many did we have in, did you say? Was it?
There's about 10, I think, but I am just finishing a colour as well, so I'll join you.
Let's have a look.
See my work in progress
My
before we jump in.
internet's terribly slow.
Let's see how these look. So very, very simple, but this, whilst I've been working on some other models, these are those goblins. They've been dry brushed, dry brushed Castellan bronze and then dry brushed Ironbreaker. And that is the armor and the metal on those done.
That's the great thing about them. You just get so much done in the first easy stage.
So I'd never do them like that now, but I did back in today. I did the armor with dry brushing, and it's quite fun painting them on the stick. I don't know if it'll work now for like the smaller pieces, but for dry brushing, that was really useful.
Excuse me. Right, let's try and find where we were. Oh, flipping heck. Who was the last entry?
The last entry I have is Josh Crosby.
Josh Crosby. Yeah, we've done that one. Oh, it was Wildman, wasn't it? Chris Murphy. Let's see what Chris Murphy's up to.
Hang on, I'm trying to find the whip thread.
He's converting his heroes on goats. Looking good there, Chris. I know Chris has gone actually. Isn't
he? Good flashback, Chris.
Catch up, good, Chris in the past. Jasper Knop. Hated one goblin. No, he's not a chocolate bar, so it might not be silent.
Oh, the pronunciation must be the same, surely.
Richard Anderson showing you how to make a cannon.
Can't find your post, man.
I might have blocked you.
Got it. You blocked me from seeing the post you put in the Great British Hobbit League.
I might have done, yeah.
That is spiteful.
That's funny.
It's funny. So Jasper Knop has painted a goblin, but I'm feeling he's on there. Yeah, he's already on.
Yeah. So
that's good there, Jasper. Is that? Congrats, Jasper. Resized kennel for Maggot's Farm.
Yeah, proper size.
That looks like a kennel.
Not a mansion.
It's really big, Steve. It's really, really big. You know how big you're picturing in your house, in your head at the moment? Just imagine it's bigger than that.
I think I've seen it. Did you post it up?
I don't think so.
I think I've seen
it. Did I? Maybe I did.
I think you did, yeah. I think you did.
No,
I thought it was a house.
For dogs.
Hotel for dogs. Along with some
progress on Rob's little diorama.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Dwalin, let's zoom in.
Loving your banner bearer, Dwalin. That's awesome on the Hunter Rocks.
Yeah,
that's wicked.
That's cool.
And Joe Holzman, who I think is already in. Yeah, he's already on there.
Yeah, and I think that sells up. Oh no, hang on. Carl John Daly's just jumped in. Literally just jumped in.
Oh, he's been painting goblins. He's been doing it on the Patreon chat. Yeah. So he's in.
Just sat down to finish last 5 gobbles after demolishing an after-work pizza.
Oh, John.
Larry Miller. George, they're all jumping in now. Let's have a look. Come on. Yeah, Larry Miller's in. Goblins upon goblins.
Classic Larry.
Yeah.
Larry Miller. Right, I am desperate for a way, I'm afraid. So over to you, sir.
I was holding mine then.
Yeah, I can't quite make it.
Once you break the seal. So we've got a few in, which is going to be good for the draw. If you've got any questions or anything, folks, do get them in the chat now. Let me get this back up. Looks like. Oh, hang on. Is that froze? Or what? Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, so guys, do get any questions in now. It is 25 to 12. We're probably going to do the draw and then start settling up for the night. The next one is the 30th, and my internet will be back up and running. So we'll be back to normal procedure, hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, with no technical difficulties, because it's been a nightmare. We had the technical difficulties last time. In fact, no, not last time, because last time was part 2. It was the time before, which we thought was YouTube, but I honestly think it was just coincidence that a lot of other people were having problems with YouTube. I do think it was the internet, because they'd started work. Have we done that? They'd started work already, but it was on the other side of my development. But it must have been interfering with the whole lot. I don't know how the internet works, but yeah, it must have been. So yeah, Larry, yeah, we got you, Larry. Whose idea was it to make the slot thingy so small on Moria Goblins? What slot thingy? To go into the base, do you mean? I thought it was all right. I thought, okay. I'll build that cave troll now tomorrow. Get that built, get it primed, and I'll paint it alongside Aragorn, I think. That'll be a lot of fun. Here he is. You can tell he's had a wee. He looks thinner, look.
Takes years off me.
I've been dying for a wee for about half an hour, and I thought, no, because I'm being.
You know what I should have done as well? I'm completely out of snacks and drinks. I should have grabbed something while I was up. Delivery service has been a bit shonky tonight, hasn't
it? Yeah. Green Tree says Halloween special next time? Question mark. Fancy dress? Question mark.
I mean, we while there's, you know, presumably by the time we end the stream there'll be slightly less viewers in, I would have thought. So shall we say now?
Yeah, go on, go for it.
So next up, the next stream, of course, is issue 20, is issue 21, focusing on Balin's tomb.
Yeah,
but we don't want to give you that. The next stream is on Friday, the 30th of October.
Yeah.
And in these sad times, there's no Halloween parties to go to or anything like that. So this is going to be your Halloween party, should you wish to attend.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a Halloween theme for the next stream, which is in 2 weeks' time. So Steve,
yeah,
tell us one thing that the Halloween theme will entail.
You can paint any spirit model. Any model that's got the spirit keyword.
That's fantastic. Any model with a spirit keyword.
And it's quite varied as well as a lot.
Yeah. Have you got any in mind?
Yep.
Do you want to talk about? Yes.
So I've got a load of I've got a load of models that fit that caveat for years that I've wanted to paint and never got round to. So, but I think I'm going to paint my Barrow Whites. Although Spectres could also sneak in as well. But I think the Spectres are such beautiful models. I want to spend a bit of time on them and not just paint them up in like ghostly colours. I want to paint them more zombified than ghosty, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So do you feel like you want to paint a ghost? Was it?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go Barrow Whites, I think. That's
a cool idea.
Yeah.
That would be really nice to see them like on your painting handles and then watch you drink near them.
Well, I'm thinking Gracie and a couple of them.
One of the blue ones.
Ghosty colours, yeah. Sweet.
Jobs are good. I mean, I can hardly talk. Like my Army of the Dead. I'll have to bring the Army of the Dead up here or something. I'll light up Dun Harrow for it. My Army of the Dead's Nearlac Oxide, BLTN green wash, and then dry brushed Ultramarine grey. That's it. Cool. I think I'll be working on some mounted Nazgul, I reckon.
Nice.
Because they're coming up in my to-do list anyway. Yeah. And spirits, and they're kind of ghosty.
Yeah.
So I think that. So let us know in the comments, guys, if you are going to join us. Of course, we will, all being well, be back on the Battle Streams of Middle-earth YouTube channel. So again, if you are new here, please go and search Battle Streams of Middle-earth and give us a little subscribe. We're trying to get those numbers up. But yeah, we'll let us know in the comments what you think you'll be working on. And remember that the kind of mantra behind Battle Streams of Middle-earth that we've always gone with is you should be painting something that you don't need to paint. You should be now thinking, oh, what spirit have I got sitting around that really, really fires my passion. You could do Sauron.
Yeah.
He's a spirit.
Yeah.
What else have we got? What else?
Necromancer, Sauron.
Bombadil. He's a spirit,
Spectres.
isn't he? Bombadil and Goldberry. That could be a cheery spirit.
Yeah, they got the spirit keywords, haven't they? Any of the named wraiths.
What about as well? Given that it's a holiday, it's a holiday season. Yeah. I reckon. Oh, we've got a new subscriber. Thank you. Well, it worked. Thanks, Ozzy. I think as well. I'm going rogue here. I'm doing you on 2 towers a week. If there's any kind of Halloween themed model, we'd probably allow it into the draw, right? So if you kind of paint,
you mean like customized, do you mean?
Yeah, like if you paint a pumpkin onto a shield or something,
yeah,
we'll probably let that in. Hobbiton with pumpkins could be cool.
Yeah,
feel like was that Green Tree who sent us some pumpkins in the patron chat?
Yeah, it was Green Tree.
Yeah, so that kind of thing.
A field of pumpkins in front of a goblin.
If you're working on anything, the model is a spirit model. But if you're working on anything Halloween theme, I reckon we'll allow you. It's a holiday week. It can be a bit black. We can be a bit crow next week. So yeah, that's the model first. So let us know what you fancy. Second, I'm gonna go for it. Fancy dress. I hereby lay down the gauntlet, Mr. Crow.
Mate, the best you're gonna get from me is a mask.
I'll get a mask then. But a mask is quite tough.
That's the best you're gonna get.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it.
I know you are. I know you love a bit of fancy dress. I know you like the dress up. I know this. A bit of role play. It's right up your street.
Again, you don't get. There's no fancy dress opportunities anymore. You can't go anywhere. Yeah. And I was thinking, like pop over to Sainsbury's and get something, and I thought, hang on. No. I know the fancy dress that people want to see.
I know what you're going to do.
So that's all I'm saying.
I know what you're going to
do. I'll have to see. It might involve a trip to the loft, but I'm going to see if I can arrange for the return of a much loved old friend.
You know when you wore that last time, I
don't know what you're talking about. Well, let's keep this spoiler free.
I walked past you 3 times before I realised it was.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so just so you know, I obviously can't promise, but that's my level. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Mask and a hat.
We'll see what happens.
But yeah, and obviously, guys, for you, if you're more fun than Steve, we obviously won't see you, but work in progress, Fred, right? Get your fancy dress, pictures out, brilliant stuff. So that's 2
bonus points.
Yeah, and then of course the other one, Halloween themed treats. Yeah, I don't know what they'd be, if they're branded chocolate or orange and black things, or if you're just watching Orange is the New Black in the background. Yeah, I think those. Can we do anything else? We don't really have an issue, but maybe we'll have a chat about some of the best spirit profiles in the game or whatever. Maybe theme it around that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we could.
Bat rep.
I'll do a bat rep. You'll have to do it all.
Well, I have to do it all.
It's like you're going to build a board.
Am I?
Paint the minis.
I'm going to build a board.
Write the theme tune.
Write the theme. We might be able to do. What's Brie on? I really like that Brie scenario.
Because all my boards are at the studio anyway, so I can't do it here.
The Watcher one works all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only slight problem is that Watcher scenario took about 2 hours. Is it a 4x4?
Yeah, it did take a long time.
It's good fun though. It's a 4x4, and I wouldn't have the Prancing Pony, but I've got a lot of buildings. We might be able to do something. We might be able to do a spooky bat rep.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know any ideas you got as well. But yeah, that's the plan. October 30th, the Friday. Put it in your diary. We're gonna have the next stream as our Halloween special. Quite excited about it. I think it'll be good fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think what we should do is just jump back in the chat quickly, get through these last few comments before we do the draw. You down with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Because there's a few just coming since Green Tree sort of spoiled the surprise for everyone next week. But there we go. Richard Anderson says, anyone tried the Deval Goblins? I think they have files for 3D print as well. Nope, because we only buy Games Workshop miniatures.
Certainly when we're streaming on the G-Retro.
Yeah. Larry says, it leaves really big gaps. What does?
Possibly a necromancer. Although actually, knowing Larry, that's probably a pun based on something, you know.
Yeah. Harry Parker says, grateful fellas, really enjoyed it again. I'll be off to bed in a mo until next time. Thanks for joining us, Harry. It's good to have you, mate.
Cheers, Harry.
Hope you and yours are well and stay safe. Larry says, haven't you got a second Velveeta?
That's me saying I've run out of snacks. I do, but I've got no liquid. I'd be drinking the paint water.
Wallen says, Warbats. What was that in? Was that when we were saying what could be in it?
What could be in what?
In the theme for Halloween painting special.
Well, yeah, bats. Yeah, we'd allow bat, I reckon. Yeah, bats. Right. Bats at Halloween.
Yeah. Larry says, Steve implying he's going to actually paint something. I might do. Is Damien going to dress as old Greg?
I go to a club where people wee on each other. Couldn't possibly say, Larry. Couldn't possibly say.
John Kelly says, do we all think they will re-release the unnamed Mountain Nazgul? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We think.
We think.
I think that we think it will be a 3-pack returns to the main range. Well, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Could be made to order, could be single pack, could be a double pack, and the Witch King on his own coming back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I reckon a 3-pack. Where are you on that, Steve?
I'm not sure. I've not gone as far as thinking how they're going to be packaged, but do I think they're coming back? Yes. 100%.
They could also do a set of 9.
Yeah, they could do eight with the Witch King, couldn't they?
Yeah, because if you do them as 3s, because there's 3 different poses, then you waste one if you buy the Witch King. But then if you do them as 2s, you presumably only have 2 poses.
Yeah.
You know, the way they package things.
Yeah.
But maybe they'd just go for 9. Maybe it would just be the whole box of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be amazed if either via made to order or a permanent return to the range in the next few months you can't buy it. And it might be longer than you think because everything got delayed. You know, we're still waiting for the next made to order, which might be to do with metal production. You know, I haven't seen any metals released since COVID came back. Since they came back from COVID. So I wonder if they just haven't restarted metal production yet.
Yeah.
And then that will mean, because the mounted race are metal, because the mounted race are metal, that will mean that they can't release them yet. Does that make sense? So they were probably scheduled to come out with Quest of the Ring Bearer, I think.
Yeah.
They have to wait until, you know, it's feasible. But yeah, I'm sure within, I don't know, X number of months, you'll be able to get them in some way.
Yeah, I agree. Ozzy Hurst says, I didn't realise Battle Streams was a separate YouTube channel. No wonder I could never find it when it wasn't live. On it now. Good stuff, Ozzy.
It wasn't originally. We've only been there for about 3 episodes. But yeah, we have struck out on our own. It's a brave new world. So thank you for supporting us. I appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Joe says, I've just finished my Barrow Whites and need my Nazgul done before that. Might need to dig through my drawer to find something that fits.
That's exactly what you should do, Joe.
A shade somewhere. I've got a couple of shades somewhere. Aaron Garner, King of the Dead. Needed and fitting. Yes, it is very fitting.
Perfect.
Larry says, is it going to be a fat Andy Murray? Harry Parker says, if I'm around, I've got some Spectres to paint. Right now, I really will be off to bed.
See you in 10 minutes, Harry.
Yeah. Larry says, Moria Joblin, tiny base lots leave big gaps. I didn't really notice that.
They do. Yeah. He's right.
Oh, they don't fill the width, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just under his foot there.
Yeah.
You see 3 of them. And
Yeah, that's how they're rolling. That's how they're rolling.
Simpler
John
times.
Kennelly, good night all. Thoroughly enjoyed the stream. Thanks for joining us, John.
Let's see you next one, John.
Technically, the mounted race were also briefly fine cast. Were they?
Were they?
I knew the normal race were because they did the 9, didn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that they did the mounted as fine cast.
Did I?
Every day's a school day. That's what's caught up on the chat. Should we do the draw?
Oh, bloody hell. I just started green.
Yeah, let's do the draw because I'm going to... my painkillers are starting to wear off, so I'm going to have to go for a wee and painkillers and a brew soon.
That's a weird confession.
Yeah, it's my neck. My neck's starting to ache. My happy pills.
He's not so happy anymore. What's really annoying about doing these now? I watched the first half hour of our first ever stream trying to work out how I painted them because about 10 months ago I spent ages trying to replicate the color scheme of my old ones, and now I'm trying to replicate the color scheme that replicated the color scheme. And I can't find the... I'm literally having the same dilemma that I remember having 10 months ago. And I'm kind of thinking, God, if I watch that stream back, there's 3 hours of it, I think I say the answer in there at some point. All right, so we have... Let's have a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 11 in. Are we? Is that definitely it on the work in progress thread? No one else?
Not that I can see. 1 second, let me check. No. Yep. Cool.
Your internet better work, mate. If I'm gonna put some effort into fancy dress, just sitting there with you for 4 hours.
Wellington have a bunch of spiders I need to paint. Spiders are in.
So it's not any spirit model, is it? That's the spirit models that's already got. That's any spirit model with bats and
anything spooky.
Yeah, anything Halloween tropey will allow. Yeah, spiders are fine, bats are fine.
Joe Holzman's treading the line saying, would wargs be allowed entry for the theme?
I don't think a wolf is Halloween, is it?
Yeah, it's any day of the week, wolf, isn't it?
Werewolf.
It's not a werewolf, though, is it?
It's just a wolf, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think a wolf.
It's basically just a dog, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's it. It's Thorin. Thorin ends up again, isn't it? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can have a wolf in. You can have a pony. If you have a pony, you can have Thorin Oakenshield.
Yeah.
And he's not Halloweeny.
No.
Right. I said reframe CCAM now because you made me move it.
I made you move it. Oh.
Yeah, it was like before the stream. It was like, let me see your screen. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So I have my 1 to 11.
Yep.
If you want to hear who you're cheering on, Frederick Schultz, Mats Knop, Joe Holzman, Jasper Knop, Callum Rutter, Stu Mack, Robert Mycock, Ashley Fisher, Josh Crosby, Carl John Daly, and Larry Miller as 1 to 11, and 12 to 20 will be a reroll. Are we ready, Steve?
Yeah, what a beautiful bunch of people that was, by the
way. What? Oh, it's a reroll.
I love a reroll.
Yeah, it's good for the tension. Good for the tension.
Yeah, I love a reroll. A 19 here be belting.
20. What? Oh, it's a 14.
We've got a winner. We've got a winner.
No, we don't.
Is it a reroll again?
Yeah, because I said there's 11. Listen. God. Unbelievable.
This tension and confusion is just getting to...
What? 16.
Oh, it's just triple 20 all over.
No, we're not miles away from getting all the numbers that are above. 13. Here it comes. It's a 19. That's 4 of them we've had.
You know, it quickly turns from tension to boredom.
17.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
That's
Come
5. That's 5 of 9 numbers. We haven't got.
Hey, lucky number 7. Who is it?
It is Robert Mycock.
Hey!
Congrats, dude. So I don't think Rob's normally on the YouTube land. So just so you know what's going on, I have a lovely spreadsheet here which tracks all these, and we started off by giving away priority tokens which we sent out, and then when we ran out of those, we're going to give you a Battle Streams of Middle-earth branded dice, which are basically in progress. So I'm adding
worth
you to
£1 million
or less. So I'll add you to our spreadsheet now, Rob, and as and when we get them, I will be getting in touch with you to send it to you. We're on episode 22, aren't we?
Yes.
So 22, winner Rob. And if I just go and have a look, so I'll make a note of it. By all means, if you want to drop me a PM, Rob, you can. I feel like we've probably messaged before. I know we used to chat a lot when you're on the Plantier comments, of course. But I'll make a note of you. If you want to drop me a PM, we can. And then as soon as I can, we'll get it out to you.
Yeah. Is it? Well done, Rob.
Yeah, well done. Well done. You've done really well at watching.
Good job. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to jump back in. There's another couple of comments coming. Larry Miller says, spooky ghosts or get more Mirkwood spiders done? Question mark. Or both, Larry. Or both.
Oh, yes, for sure. I quite wanted to do Mirkwood spiders.
And then Dwalin says the vampire. Right, okay.
Gulliver?
Dwalin posted a Therengwathil.
Is he going second age? Quite interesting.
What's going on? Michael Haskell says, time to invest in a traditional D&D 1979 for me. Set of dice, D4, D8, D12, D20. Guessing there are now other denominations available.
I like the tension of a D20.
Yeah, I like the tension of you not turning CCAM off when you've finished doing the roll and just talk. You just talk over a dice.
Good old tension. Could have said.
Oh dear. But yes, so we've done the draw. We've spoke about what the next episode is going to be. So we're going to skip an issue just for anyone who maybe wasn't listening or just joined. And kind of going to skip an issue, right?
No, we're not going to skip it.
But we're still doing. Are we just not doing Gimli then?
Yeah, that's because we're not skipping an issue.
Yeah, I mean we're skipping. We're going to skip it. We're not skipping it. We are going to come back to it.
You just said we're not skipping it.
Yeah, we're not skipping it.
Yeah, when I said skip an issue, I meant we're not skipping it. It's like what I meant by that was the opposite of what I said.
Listen, come on now.
That man needs some more drugs.
It does.
Yeah, so to confirm for all the normos out there, we're not skipping an issue, which actually means we will still get to do Gimli. It'll
be issue 21 in a month's time.
Yeah. And that's everyone's favourite dwarf.
Yeah.
But far more excitingly, in 2 weeks' time, Halloween party.
Halloween.
We'll get Steve nice and drugged up before we start.
Hopefully my neck will be all right by next week. It's been over a week now. It's killing me.
Green Tree says, is Shelob metal or plastic? And Larry Miller says yes. I heard, part of me thinks Larry's probably say yes to something else, but I like the idea that was a reply to Green Tree. Larry, that's exactly what you said. We're not skipping it. We're just going to skip it. This ain't like the gummy bear one, mate.
Listen, you know me enough by now. You should be able to sort of decipher what I'm saying, right? That's how it is. We're sweaty deep. We're sweaty deep on these.
22, mate. 22, going strong.
But yeah. But yeah, so next time is Halloween special. Then we will resume with Gimli Week, which will be a month from this one.
Cool,
So,
cool to get Gimli. I think it's been a long time coming.
Cool model. I'm trying to think if I've got a Gimli pose that I've not painted.
This is obviously spoilerific for the next stream, but this Gimli, I'll give you half the information. This Gimli here, great Gimli.
Oh, I've not painted that one.
He's been sprayed white, waiting in this drawer for this issue for, I don't know, at least 6 months, I reckon. A long time going, oh, there's a Gimli come out. I'm not going to paint him.
Oh, I might paint mine because I've not painted him.
Changed my Gimli.
Oh, yeah.
I've got to keep something in the hand, so I'm not going to say what I've changed him to, but yeah, I've changed my Gimli.
Gimli's a funny one because there's a lot of poses that you forget about because they look similar.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get a dynamic dwarf, I think.
Yeah, it's because it's just so small. But
the new
anyway,
plastic ones, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's great. We'll look forward to that. But I think we're going to call it because I am going to explode in a minute and I am in pain. So
Ed Ball has just turned up. You can't do this, Ed. You can't say, "Hey, nerds," 3 hours ago, and then come in at the end.
Say, "Sup, nerds."
He's like a bookend. It's good to see you, sir. So yeah, thank you to everyone who's come over with us. And this one was actually a success, I think. Moving over to YouTube tonight, over to Facebook tonight. So it's not what we normally do. If you have enjoyed yourself here and you're not a regular, please go over to Battle Streams in Middle Earth, the YouTube channel, and hit that subscribe button and check it out. We're starting to. There's a few other videos on there as well, so we're starting to get some content out. And we do have a Patreon account for what we're doing over there. So if you think there's anything you enjoy and you fancy contributing and helping us out, that would be awesome, and will help make particularly, I think, the Fantasy Fellowship series even bigger and better. But there's no pressure to do, as Battle Streams in Middle Earth remains free. Ed Ball says bye, nerds. Always a pleasure. Michael Haskell has said if there's a Halloween special, there could be a Christmas special, Valentine's Day special. Where will it end?
Friends, my friend.
I don't think we'd do Valentine's Day. Would we? Maybe I don't know. Maybe not. We didn't do it last year. But then it's perfectly possible. Last year, actually, Valentine's Day, we were only doing one a month. So maybe it does it for. We'll definitely do something at Christmas. But
yeah, do something at Christmas. Just
it's nice to do little specials, I think.
Yeah, we'll do something. Right, I literally am going to have to go because I'm going to wee myself.
That's the spirit. What an ending. What an ending. This episode is saved on Zoom, so I'm gonna save it and upload it, so it will be available on Catch Up should anyone want to watch it. But yeah, other than that, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks as ever. Paint your models, paint your backlog, and thank you very much.
Take care, people. Take care. You've got to sign us off this time, Damien.
Yeah, I've just got to end the meeting, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, I could stop it. I could stop it on Facebook. This is